Yeah. Yeah, I'll say Bree's been having some tech issues.
Now recording.
Okay.
Hi, Craig.
Last time, I had an issue with the recording for it because I still just worked my way around it. But whenever it was recording, I record the video for if our webcam's on, and then the audio through Discord.
Yeah.
On the actual screen recorder that I have on here, it actually picked up all your audio from my screen recorder. It just didn't pick up my own audio because my mic wasn't enabled. So I would just mute your guys' track and just have my track from Craig and then the recorder. So it records twice. So if anything ever gets deleted, it's kind of self-backed up.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is the MykeCheck'd podcast portion of our watch party tonight. So if you are just joining the podcast, we are in the middle of a watch party for AEW Full Gear. So we're also going to be watching wrestling while we bullshit and talk about stories that happened the last, I guess, couple weeks. Today we have I myself, who is talking a little bit quieter because I'm in the bedroom with my sleeping son in his crib, so I can't be too loud. We also have Krieger Bargen with his chicken from Dylan's, drinking his alcohol.
Yep.
And then with Lyson Fang taking another rain check for the night, we have Breezy coming in.
Hello. I'm trying to fix my background issues.
You're good.
He may be a little bit till he jumps in and joins the stories.
And on the editing, I have an AI program that fixes everybody's voices and stuff. So if it's not perfect, that's all right.
Yeah, right now I basically just got it to where my volume's pretty low, so
Nice.
it's the best solution I got right now. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
turn it up a little bit, see what we can get away with.
Oh man. But anyway, as I was saying before we got on air, and this is episode 9, if you guys are joining, by the way, for our podcast. So, moving along. Chris was unable to make it, unfortunately, tonight, but we heard from the last couple podcasts. So, but anyway, so I was in the store and I was picking up my beer and chicken, and this meth head was like, it's late at night. There's only a couple hours left, so they have they have everything marked down. So I got this bag of chicken for like $3. And this meth head's over here, and he just grabs like everything that's there, except for one. He left one for me, and he looked at me and he was just like, "I like to freeze this stuff. It's still good." I froze one for a month, and I just heated it up in the microwave, and it was fine.
Oh boy!
It's like, all right, whatever you got to do to save on, meth money.
You gotta love when they're at least resourceful, though, right? Like, respect the hustle.
Yeah, at least he's not stealing. At least he's paying for it. So, but I thought he was pretty nice, like, just because I didn't really look at him. I was just kind of looking down at the chicken, talking to him until it was time to leave, and I looked up. So I knew he was like a meth dude because he smiled and he had no teeth. So, anyways, I am gonna get a ooh.
What's an ooh?
Well, I was gonna get a stream going to watch on my computer, but I'm recording my screen for the video.
So yeah, that's a little bit of a problem.
So I will pull it up on my console.
Are you kidding me? You were asleep.
It's just that, sometimes the consoles, since there's a little bit of a refresh rate issue, they take a longer to, like, they get more buffers and everything. Sometimes it's better just to watch it on your on my phone over like an Xbox browser.
Get a tablet or something like that. You can watch it on there.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've got my cell phone I can do. It's just I've got the newest iPhone, so it's not like a, Oh.
No Steve-O spot, by the way.
Yeah, that surprised me. I was like, damn, you would have thought he would like just get in Christian's face and distract him.
How far?
I'm doing a push to talk now, by the way, just so that it's not constantly going.
Oh, okay.
Push to talk. Okay, that's all right.
How far in are we?
That was the first match so far, so like 30 minutes in total, I think.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it was Adam Copeland, Darby Allin, and Sting versus Christian Cage, Luchasaurus, and Nick Wayne.
One thing you did miss was MJF getting taken out on the pre-show kickoff thingy. Got his leg just smashed by the Bullet Club.
Yeah.
I think this is most of the time whenever we're watching this, I always come in late because I'm working or something. I
Yeah.
think this is gonna be like my third one I've ever been able to see of AEW.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is actually a better one because like you always catch the AEW shows that are like
Terrible.
It's
would
going to be
say-
worth your time just for Hangman and Swerve.
I don't know if he's a Hangman fan at all, I think.
I didn't like them last time I watched, but I will go
Yeah.
into it with a open.
Well, last time you watched Hangman was when he won the world championship from Kenny Omega.
Yeah, and I felt like that. Well, that already put me against it because I'm a huge like anti Kenny Omega guy. I think he's like extremely overrated. So that kind of put me against that already.
Yeah. I don't think you've heard I don't think Breezy's heard like your take on AEW and everything. It's always been licensed.
Yeah, and it's always with me and Lyson jokingly like argumented about it. But
So Breezy,
I mean, I'm pretty cool on AEW right now. I like a lot of the people, but it's also like their entire booking strategy is just, hey, we're going to put these two really good wrestlers against each other and give it no build whatsoever. And it's like, yeah, that's cool, but eventually, like, wrestling needs to have stories and shit. Otherwise, what are we watching it for? You know, give me
Yeah.
something to care about.
yeah, that's one of the big takeaways on WWE that people don't like is there's no real long-term storytelling. So
I mean there is long-term storytelling in AEW. It's just you have to literally watch every episode to get what's going on and
Yeah.
everything. Because if you're jumping in on like say like Omega and Hangman Page for the world title, you've missed 2 years.
I
of
think
a
the last pay-per-view we watched, it ended in a big brawl and everything with the big group. So I'm just like, man, this is like it's like every time I watch that, it's just that big group versus big group in a brawl, one side wins in the middle of the ring. Like that's just to me, it's not entertaining.
It's also just hard for me to get invested because they've got so freaking many belts. Like, how many do we need? And I'm sorry, if I wanted to watch ROH, I would watch ROH. I don't care about ROH whatsoever. Just
Yeah.
stop putting your ROH in my AEW, please.
Did I see Ronda Rousey who was on ROH today?
Yeah, she's been working the indies. She just fought at like BCW or something, or I don't know, one other small indie recently.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised by that.
She's not signed though. She was promoting something else.
Yeah. All right, I've got it running now. I've got the audio muted, so we don't have any kind of copyright issue.
Mm-hmm. No use.
But yeah, so for anybody listening on the podcast, we're kind of doing it as a hybrid. We're watching, reacting to stuff. We're probably geared more to talk about what's going on that, while we're also talking about other things. So.
Yeah.
Just to double check, like, where are you at on this stream? I want to make sure I'm not like too far ahead or too far behind or anything.
I think I hit where it's live. I see a referee on stage with some dude in a suit and the guy with a belt.
Because I got JY, Tony Schiavone, and the referee.
Yep, that's it. And they're on the stage. Looks like Tony Schiavone is just starting to talk.
Yeah, they're trying to take the belt away from MJF because of his injury. Time
like
to
strip-
multitask, everyone. Well, because he's supposedly injured.
Well, do a John Jones and make an interim title and have him come back in a year.
And then someone just now started coming out, so.
There you go. Are you caught up on that, Myke? What's going on with John Jones?
Yeah, I'm still cut off from UFC, honestly.
You still are, or you still aren't?
I still am.
Oh, so you know about John Jones' injury and Aspinall got the title?
I think I heard about that. I think you said something about that.
So, you know, John Jones came back and he beat Cyril Gain for the title, for the actual title.
Yes.
And then
You told
John
me about
Jones was getting set up to fight Stipe, who's also one of the
Yeah.
greatest heavyweights of all time. And then John Jones got a year-long injury.
Mhm.
So what they did is they made an interim title. They didn't strip John Jones, and then they had two young guys, not Stipe, fight for the interim title. One of the young guys
Yeah.
won, and now Dana White said, "Well, he's not going to fight John Jones or Stipe next. We're going to do the John Jones and Stipe fight for the world title in a year, and then
Oh my God.
6 months to a year later, the interim champion can fight one of the Stipe or John if they don't retire, even though the plan is for them both to retire after that fight.
Seriously.
So they're going to hold up the division for a potential 2 years because they want the John Jones
Dude, that sounds
Stipe
like some
fight.
Tony Khan booking.
Yeah. So
Did they just say Adam Cole is going to defend the title in the main event? Like, is he even cleared to wrestle? Or
I think that's what I saw while I was in the room. I'm in the process of parenting right now at the same time, so
I mean, he's standing there like he wants to.
do what?
I said he's standing there like he wants to. Man, I wish they had
And on his
subtitles or
crutches.
something. But and honestly, I was half like in the conversation. I heard Cole, and I thought he said Michael Cole, and I was, oh yeah, he's ready to go at any time.
Michael Cole.
Bro, I'm a coal miner, man. No
you
issues.
mean undefeated at WrestleMania, Michael Cole?
Yeah, dude.
Yes.
Most must-see announcer of all time.
All right.
I love to hear heel Michael Cole. It was the best.
So I guess we're getting Adam Cole and Jay White tonight for the world title, and Adam Cole in place of.
I think you mean we're getting a swerve tonight, brother.
I think so, because like I think there's. I still think Adam Cole is the devil.
Just throw Moxley in the main event. Use Tony Khan's Moxley in the Bank.
Yes, is Moxley in the bank.
He's cashing in his Moxley in the Bank briefcase.
I mean, Moxley is kind of like Tony Khan's like what's the word? Like I'm thinking of the word, but I can't really like I know what it is, but like
It's Plan B.
yeah, Moxley is always. But yeah, that's it. Moxley is always Tony Khan's plan B.
Tony Khan uses Moxley like WWE uses Charlotte Flair. Just what do we do? I don't know. Put the belt on this person.
Just throw her in there.
Well, I think they're going to be resetting the international championship storyline now because Moxley was supposed to have a long run with it, but he got injured, so they took the belt off of him and put it back on Cassidy. So I think they're going to put it back on Mox to continue it. But they could just say, nope, fuck you. Orange Cassidy's going to win it again.
No, I think Mox is going to bury him. I expect it to be a squash match, actually. Build this story that they're telling with Orange Cassidy of his confidence issue as of late when he did that orange punch and it just got no-sold by Mox.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been liking this John Moxley, like the pretty much I'm gonna beat the fucking shit out of you, Moxley.
Man.
Like it's amplified. Some of their music for the wrestlers are odd.
I'm always a fan of it, but I'm pretty easily entertained when it comes to music, so.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Well, boys, I'm fucking.
no,
It's been a long week.
I know. I mean, I've got next week coming up with like Thanksgiving and like I've got appointments left and right on top of dealing with the anniversary coming up on Monday.
Oh, Monday, and then
So,
you got to do Thanksgiving. What are your
well, no,
plans for
Monday. No, Monday's the anniversary of the incident.
Gotcha.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I got to get past that day, like mentally, and then all that.
Are you doing anything for it, or just business as usual?
Oh, I gotta go to work. I gotta go work for like 2 hours that morning, and then I got a dentist appointment. But after that, I don't know. I may just mainly just try to keep myself busy that day.
Yeah, I think I'm working 5 to 2 that day.
Yeah.
And
Moxley's getting the Goldberg entrance
nice.
through the crowd. Oh no, he's got the Shield entrance. Okay.
Yeah. Are you going home for Thanksgiving or anything?
On the day of, Cheyenne and I are gonna go to my grandparents per usual.
Nice. The usual chaos.
Yeah, the usual chaos. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
probably gonna take the puppy with us.
yeah. How's that going
Come
so
on,
far?
man.
You potty trained and everything, or?
It's still a work in progress.
Yeah, I
He
remember
was,
having Lola, and that was just the biggest pain in the butt trying to train him.
I mean, he was only 5 weeks old when we got him, so
Yeah, I think that's about what Lola was whenever we got her.
yeah,
But he's got a lot of energy.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Smaller and cuter they are, the more energy they have typically. I mean,
Like on my days off, like I have to like walk around the house and have him chase after me to tire him out.
yeah. Well, you remember I used to, or with Bugs, I would go on the hardwood floor and grab some little dog food and just throw it across the room and he'd chase after it.
Yeah.
We have some dog toys that are kind of cool where they're scented like different kinds of meats and stuff.
hmm
That was kind of cool. They got a prime rib
By the
one.
way, sorry we're talking about pets, Breezy, because I think you had that.
Oh, you're good. I'm sitting here looking at pizza.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. 'Cause I know you had that issue with Toby recently.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
Sorry to hear
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I've been
get
kind of preparing myself for it anyways, but yeah, it sucks.
yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and my parents take care of mine right now because they got super attached to it, and I just let them keep them. And it kind of sucks not having a pet anymore.
hmm
But a lot less responsibility because, you know.
You just taking care of yourself. Make sure you don't die of mold.
Yeah, this new apartment's nice.
Hey, I will die however I choose. Thank you very much.
Yeah, his last apartment, he had like, was it like white mold, or you said?
Yeah, the apartment flooded on Christmas, and then it took 4 days to get anybody out there. And then they didn't, like, it's like covered in mold. They didn't do anything about it.
Oh God, that was like 8 months of that too.
Yeah, I was super depressed, and it was hard to breathe. Shit, like I was just getting day to day. My apartment would flood every time I tried to take a shower. The laundry didn't work.
I can just imagine it now. That's just like time to get ready for work. Ah, bathroom flooded. My laundry
Liver
basket's
flooded.
already in full again.
Yeah,
I smell like plywood.
yeah. One of the days I just had left the clothes. Like I didn't hang up the clothes, so I got them out of the washer and I put them in my
Mhm.
laundry basket, and I didn't hang them up. And this next day, I was like, shit, I need to put on some clean clothes. And you know when it's mildewy when you just leave it in there and you don't hang them up, if they're not dry.
Yeah.
It smelled like that when my coworkers were like, did somebody shit in here? It smells awful. I was like, I don't know. It's probably the homeless guy. Like it's not me.
Oh,
That's what sucks about console. I keep hitting buffers.
I'm on I'm I'm on a Wi-Fi hotspot connection on my computer tower at the moment.
Nice.
Well, I got Cheyenne's phone hooked up to the computer with my hotspot, and I got my phone with headset, so that way we're not having that issue with that buzzing issue that we had back when I was living at my grandpa's.
Yeah.
So far, it's been essentially a squash match.
Yeah, so far he's just destroying him.
I'm gonna look at my recorder and see if there's something I can do. I have it on my computer because
Oh,
I think I can have it.
Black Hole Slam.
Yeah. Oh, I'd have to stop my recording. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh. I thought little man was gonna be out for the day, but he woke up and he was hungry again. So here I am, podcasting, watching wrestling, and feeding my son all at once.
Fucking Like, what do you do on your Saturday night?
Eat chicken, drink beer, watch wrestling, and feed my son while I talk to my friends on Discord and record video.
Yeah. I'm gonna pull it up on my phone.
I mean, I'm playing Pokemon on my Steam Deck while watching along with y'all and looking at pizza, so right there with you, kind of.
Are you gonna order pizza or something?
Yeah, I think so.
We ordered.
Yeah, I've got.
It's part of what I'm trying to figure out. I'm leaning towards Mazio's right now. I like those calzone rings, but I'm also debating Papa John's.
Yeah. Yeah, I was walking
I've
over to Dylan's that was next door, and there's a Papa Caesar. No, what the hell is that orange? It's the orange one that has a really cheap pizza.
Well,
Fuck. But they're right next to there, and I thought about doing that.
Well, Lyson's not here to tell us because he works at Dylan's.
Little Caesars. Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. Little Caesars. Aren't they known for
Mhm.
like shitty pizza?
Mm-mm. No.
The Pittsburgh one was.
The one in Bartlesville is so fucking good.
Ooh, they got cookie brownie doughs, Twix, and that's
Quick, it's all in the mix. Yeah, I got chicken too from Freddy's because I work at Freddy's again, guys.
full circle, huh?
Yeah, this one's actually more fun to work at, and there's more organization and less chaos, but
Less college
fun.
kids.
There's still like kids here and there, but like I think the management team's a little bit stronger this time.
You're not going out getting
'Cause
drunk with them every Thursday.
I mean, tonight's the first night I'm actually having a few drinks in probably like 4 weeks.
The other day, like you
I've been
know,
working on
the
it-
way I've been
I've been
drinking
working
is
on
I don't
24
really do it a
packs
whole
of
lot
light.
because I live alone.
Yeah, Cavity's got Mox busted open. It's almost like the match started.
Yeah, isn't that like a Moxley thing?
I kind of assumed that they rung the bell by using his head on the bell, and that's why he was bleeding every time the fucking match started. Sorry for my language.
You're good.
As you were saying, Krieger.
Well, shit. I wish I could get my shit going, but I'm gonna be. Anyway, so I've been drinking a whole lot, and if I did, it was like in this kind of thing, and I just got a little buzz. But
Yeah,
I had a night where I was just playing. I was watching shows, and I started drinking and drinking and drinking. I drank all the beer I had, and I was drunk as shit. That was a good time. But
and then you remember you're living by yourself, and you're like, oh fuck, I have no one to talk to.
yeah. Well, no, I've just been like every day after I got off work, I'm like, I'm gonna go get beer. I'm gonna go get beer, and I just didn't. And tonight I was like, I could use some beer and chicken. It's like a whole rotisserie chicken. I thought it was pieces. It's an actual rotisserie chicken.
Have you taken my advice on the going out to bar thing situation we talked about in the lost episode?
I keep trying to work up the nerve to go to the bar. I haven't yet.
Yeah, I mean, again, I've been thinking about stopping down Pitt again and doing a bar night like at least once or twice, but it's finding the time and the money and the right
Yeah.
just the right moment to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, and my thing is going to a bar alone where you don't know anyone. It's kind of, I don't know. The thought of it's kind of weird.
I mean, that's what Lyson did. I think he went by himself for a while.
Yeah, but he seems like the kind of guy that he just picked that table and he's like, all right, I'm going here. Fuck y'all. Better get used to me. Yeah.
I mean, Breezy might know a little bit better because I think Breezy has known the license longer than us.
Yeah. Breezy, you still down in Pittsburgh?
Breezy!
Yeah, I'm still in Pittsburgh.
He's still looking at pizza.
Nice.
We're looking at coupons now, seeing what ones we have because the ones online stuck.
Yeah, my one of my coworkers was trying to decide between going to Pitt State and WSU.
Yeah, Pitt State
Nice.
it's cheap. It's cheaper than most other colleges. Are you just wanting to go to bed, Car? Hold on.
Well, for me, my suggestion was his family's up here. He already has a job here. Like if he moved down there, he works at Lowe's, So we'd have to drive to Joplin. Because he doesn't want to switch over to Home Depot. Same kind of issue I had, and I just switched to Home Depot.
Oh, you're so tired, Car. Alright. I'm gonna go try to put little man back to bed, because I think he's now just had it for the day.
Okay.
Ugh. This is why I like doing Discord on my phone.
Mobile.
Yes. Alright, here you go, Car. Good night, Car. Get some sleep. Lay down, buddy. Lay down.
And I already need to get new.
Damn, is Cassidy actually gonna win this thing?
There we go. And that's how you do it, boys.
It'd be a shame if I sent something for delivery to your house and they knocked on your door. Get that puppy.
Dude, I'll say from what I've seen in this match, it's been pretty good.
I figured it would be with these two. I mean, they have really good chemistry. They've only been feuding for 3 fucking months at this point.
All right. I got the matchup finally. This stream's not lagging. Oh, what a surprise! Dean Ambrose is bleeding.
Well, that's John Moxley, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Dean Ambrose died of some kind of infection in WWE when he was trying to be all sanitized and shit, right?
Yeah. One of my favorite comments that somebody's like been a post WWE that's talked shit on him was whenever Mr. Anderson in TNA. He was like, Mr. Kennedy's dead. He died in a train wreck called Monday Night Raw. One of my favorite one.
I feel like they just did the spot recently on Dynamite.
And then you got Taz's son in the corner there.
I wish Taz is still doing stuff.
Taz's commentary.
Yeah.
Taz was the drunk uncle stand-in for us. Like, if you feel like you're watching with your drunk uncle every time he talks.
Yeah. JR just stepped away, right?
Yeah, he stepped away, I think, because of health issues.
Yeah.
He's been on his way out for a while, though.
Yeah, I heard his performance has been going down.
Yeah, his issues been happening again.
His voice just isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he was great in his prime. He just needs to step away.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, there's blood on Orange Cassidy's pants. He's gonna have to get those dry cleaned.
There's her sweats.
Orange Punch, still hasn't dropped him.
Oh man.
Finisher spam, alright.
Yay!
Still requires less than the Crossroads.
The only finisher spam that should be allowed is Randy Orton. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. If he kicked out of that, I was going to say, what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, or the super kick. Remember when that was the finisher?
Yeah. Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, it'd be crazy to be kicked out of that. Like, what are you doing? Well, I caught the last 30 seconds of that match. I'm assuming the rest of it was good.
Oh, it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Didn't think they'd give Orange Cassidy the redemption that quick, though. I kind of thought that they'd have him lose one more and then finally get his comeuppance later on, but...
Yeah. Is this one of their major pay-per-views?
Yes.
Full Gear is one of their big ones, yeah. They don't really have enough to not have big ones, so...
Oh, yeah.
They do more special dynamites and stuff like that than they do pay-per-views every month or anything. I think they do like 80 a year or something, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's good when they do less. It makes them more special.
They do 4 pay-per-views at the start, but I think they're pushing it up to 8.
Well, it's just not like WWE doing a pay-per-view every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Well, they used to do that.
Survivor Series is next weekend, and that's going to be the last pay-per-view for WWE for the year.
Yeah.
You mean there's another pay-per-view this year? That's Roman Reigns.
Listen, Roman Reigns is gonna get another interference win.
Oh my god.
In the time that you said that, I got Samoan spiked by Solo, and Jimmy came over and dragged me out of my house.
At this point, like, what is up with freaking?
So they just made it official then that Adam Cole is fighting against Jay White for the title.
Nice.
Oh, lovely.
All right, but I feel like to make it fair, Adam Cole should be allowed to use at least one crutch at a time.
You know, Breezy, why isn't Hook with Blackpool Combat Club?
Because he's a face.
He would fit
I don't know. I have no idea. He would be a good fit, you would think, but I guess how do you replace, the star power of Wheeler Yuta?
Yeah. Mike, did I tell you about the dirt guy from a couple days ago?
Did you say it in chat?
I don't think I said the full story, but I told a lot of people at work.
You didn't.
All right, so
Podcast. Tell the story, my friend.
all right, so here's the story. I was at work. I work at Lowe's for people that don't know. I work inside garden that does not deal with soil. And this guy, I go up to the service desk, and apparently this guy's calling for me. And they said, "Hey, this guy's asking you for by name," which is usually somebody you're working with or somebody that knows you that you've helped before. Some kind of special case. So I'm like, okay, cool, this will be fun. Or it's somebody to just fucking yell at you and because they're shitty. So he asked me by name, and he sounds not intelligent, and he says, "Hey, buddy." I said, "Hey, what's going on?" He said, "Hey, I bought a bag of dirt like 3 years ago, maybe 4, possibly 5. I don't know." I was like, okay. He was like, "Do you think it still works?" Like, what do you mean it still like? Does it look?
Oh, hold on. We have the real attraction of the show, timeless Tony Storm. I love this gimmick because I am a troglodyte.
Oh, black and white and everything.
I don't see colors, so
Oh yeah.
It's Marilyn Monroe.
Face she's making looks all okay. Interesting gimmick.
You know, didn't she pull an orange out of her butt and gave it to the commentators like 2 weeks ago?
it was a peach, and yes,
Interesting.
I'm sure Tony Schiavone has it like on his mantle at home.
And then she pulled another one out of her butt and ate it.
But anyways, it was a 20-minute conversation with me and this guy. How I could I could not I would not accept it for him to bring it back and return it for another one.
It's just for a bag of dirt from like 4 years ago.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I hadn't worked at this position at this store for 5 years, so he probably bought it 5 years ago and somehow remembers my name. And he didn't
you do have a pretty recognizable face.
Do I?
Yes, it's the nose. He just turns his head to the camera so you can see the nose on the side.
Anyways, he didn't open the bag even. Like, it's not like he opened it and it looked a little weird. And I said, "Well, what are you trying to do with it?" And he's like, "Well, I'm just trying to fill a hole in the ground." I'm like, "Well, yes, of course, it's gonna work. It's dirt. Dirt doesn't expire, otherwise we'd be in trouble."
Yeah, if dirt expired, then why are we living?
Yeah. So, that's my stupid story of the week.
That's like saying water has an expiration date.
It
If
technically,
it's processed in a factory, it does.
like the spring water and everything, eventually it says that, I think there's some kind of date on it, but it's more like because the plastic bottle that it's in has contaminants in it. After a while, the plastic will seep into it as carcinogens and stuff.
and you're just drinking plastic. Just like when you eat ramen noodles, you're eating plastic.
Yeah, there's something I remember listening to a podcast or something about the amount of plastic that we have around our food. I think it was some doctor that was on Joe Rogan, but
That's why I like drinking my drinks out of metal cans, because you don't have that issue with plastic.
I want to say there was a link between. I think they called it plastic osmosis. I think, and it had a over the time effect that shrinked your taint genetically. So you,
What the fuck is
I beg pardon?
okay?
it was a
Okay,
whole official
okay.
old lady doctor that was on the podcast 2 different times. So I got to listen to 6 hours of her talking about how this is shrinking men's taints, the amount of plastic that we're producing in our goods.
But right now, Tony Schiavone, he's not a big fan.
She needs to stay away from my taint. That's all I'm saying.
All the
Is
plastic
this
in our
Dr. Lady's,
supermarkets, boys.
is this Dr. Lady's top listener, Alex Jones?
No, she is not an avid listener, Alex Jones. The funny thing is she was very direct and open about it, but she's an old lady and very shrewd, so it was actually kind of funny.
I feel like Tony Storm's shoes have gotten more, more screen time in this feud than Hikaru Shida,
Yeah.
aka the champion.
Who's this other lady?
Tony Storm fan. It's literally her gimmick, and it's honestly kind of hilarious. Well, not to go full WWE, but I'm going to use this women's match with minimal build to go to the restroom real fast, so I'll be right back.
It apparently is also. I did a little bit of googling just now, Mike.
Yeah?
Plastikosis is another thing, and on top of doing the taints, it also affects seabirds' taints.
You know, I have a question. How come every podcast episode we do, we somehow, some way, in some weird shape or form, we go back to talking about either dicks, ass, or somewhere down there in between?
I was going to say, I don't think we've talked about taints in specific in years. Like I can't remember the last time taint was brought up in a conversation since middle school, to be honest.
Well, we always go back to the downstairs area somehow, and it's most of the time it's either me or Lyson or both of us making fun of your cut penis thing from like over a year ago.
Bro. Which time?
By the way, that was a year ago. By the way,
I know. I haven't been in
How's that
like a committed relationship in a long time, other than that one chick that I dated for like a week and dumped her. The one that would have
wind up
issues
puns?
during intercourse.
Oh my god, Tony Storm's gimmick is so fucking extra. This is my first time seeing it on TV. Like I knew it was extra from reading up on it, but this is extra as fuck.
I'm just gonna say it's real stupid.
It's stupid, but for me it's entertaining stupid.
It'll only be worth it if she wrestles well. So
It's Toni Storm. She's pretty damn good. She's from the Mae Young Classic, dude.
I know, I remember her.
Although most people remember her for not her wrestling and for her ass.
What about her ass?
That's a good question.
What about her ass, Mike?
That's a good question. You tell me.
Well, it looks like an ass.
I mean, I would hope it looked like an ass. Anything else. If it looked like a banana or like a grapefruit or something, then I'd be like, does she need to see a doctor or
You ever
something?
think about how an ass is just 2 legs going up to a torso?
You know.
You would think about how we're just like a brain occupying a spooky skeleton inside of a meat bag.
That's true. We are just meat bags.
An ass is just 2 legs going up.
Bro, I saw this video earlier when I was just, I'm working, so I'm on the toilet. You got to be. But I was on TikTok and some dude, like his dog was being drowned by a kangaroo and he went to go save it from the kangaroo. And this kangaroo's like buff as shit, punched him and stuff. He got the dog free, but this kangaroo was just holding the dog in the water like that. It's like, holy shit. And he was built.
Yes. I think I know which one you're talking about. I just know that there's so many videos of like kangaroos trying to like kill dogs and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're all so fucking buff. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What is going on? She's pull a gourd out of her ass.
Wait, what?
Tony
I'm
Storm.
buffering. I'm buffering right now, so hopefully I get to see it because it sounds stupid as fuck.
And she
Is
could.
that another? Listen, Breezy, is that another thing part of her gimmick? He just pulls random fruits and vegetables out of her ass.
That looks like a gourd to me. And gourds are hollow, so unless it was a yellow plum.
See, okay, Breezy, question. So when it comes to the women's division of AEW and the misuse of Abaddon, like what why does Tony Khan hate Abaddon so much? She only gets to go on TV around Halloween.
I honestly think that he forgets he has other women on the show that he can be using. He really just, I think the big issue with Tony Khan in all of his booking in general, because there's a lot of people that are getting misused. Like, where's Keith Lee been, for example? He's made a few appearances, but nothing special. And I feel like a lot of it's because Tony Khan is trying to book 4 shows on his own. And it's like, when you've already got a cocaine addiction, you're going to get a little confused booking 4 shows at once.
Well,
So I feel like he's got Brian Danielson helping him out now. But it's like, I feel like losing William Regal was a bigger deal than people realize when it comes to AEW, because he probably had a lot of input that, from running NXT in its most successful time. He probably lost a lot of input whenever he lost William Regal, because that's kind of when the show quality degraded a bit too. But as far as the women go, he's never really booked the women very well.
you
Well,
guys.
not only that, but like you mean when you have a guy like CM Punk show up in the company for a year and did what he did, that's like damage that's like almost irreversible.
It hurt the company more than it helped it.
I mean, you've also got people that are just tired of Tony Khan's shit, where he's saying he's got a huge announcement every week and he's announcing tickets going on sale. Like, and then he's going on Twitter and he's posting gifs saying like bald asshole and stuff with Triple H and Shawn Michaels, which it's like, that stuff's funny at first, but when you keep doing it, it's like eventually even the wrestlers are going to be like, dude, put your fucking phone down. What are you doing? This is embarrassing.
Like, calm
So-
your shit. Like, I'm only here to watch the wrestling. I'm not here to watch any like Monday Night Wars anymore. Like, I don't care about that. I only want to watch wrestling. Like, I'll go to WWE, watch wrestling. Go to NXT, watch wrestling. Like, if I ever get back into Impact, I'll go watch Impact and watch Impact for
You mean
wrestling.
TNA?
Yeah, it's called TNA.
Yeah, they're
TNA.
back.
My bad.
They're back to TNA now. Get with the times, Mike.
It's
Starting-
DNA, and we're going to get a huge reveal soon that Vince McMahon is selling all of his shares in WWE because he's behind the rebrand for TNA. It was him, Austin. It was him the whole time.
Yo, screw
Oh,
Vince.
my
I
God.
bought a lot of stocks and then he fucking sold. It tanked everything.
Yeah.
If he would have just done it a little bit earlier, man.
I told him earlier, and he was like, "Why is Krieger messing with stocks?"
No, with WWE stocks.
Well,
It's never really been a very stable one. I mean,
no.
it kind of hovers around the same all the time, I guess. Yeah.
So WWE got bought out by TKO, which also owns UFC and a bunch of other.
Yeah, Endeavor.
Yeah. So they are historically a good company. So they make good business decisions, and I think some of the influence they've had in WWE already has made big. Like, one thing that they really pressed for was the post-fight conferences and everything. And there's been some really good ones. I think there was a pay-per-view a couple months ago that we watched, the one where Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso won the tag titles. And the post one, they were both drunk as shit. And it was just a super entertaining post thing. So I feel like they make good decisions, and it's something that would be good to put money into.
Yeah. I still need to go back and watch that. I'll question: are we going to run back another podcast / watch party for Survivor Series next week?
Is it on Saturday?
Tony Storm's freaking thing that she stuck in her trunks is falling out of it.
I mean, I'm gonna freaking watch Survivor Series because I mean the chances of Randy Orton showing up are very high right now.
So as far as things that I'm going to edit, and
That thing is fully out. How can the referee not see that? I'm sorry. Hold on.
you're good.
What's up?
Let's watch this part. We'll talk about this in a second. Oh my! What is that on her ass?
It's a freaking like ladle or a paddle or something like that, and it like she stuck it in her trunks, but it slid all the way out because they planned the spot so much later than when she put it in. So it's just like her entire ass is just covered by this paddle that's very clearly out and staring Aubrey Edwards in the face.
It's like the referee was like staring, trying not to look at it. Like,
I mean, I would get trying not to look at Tony Storm's ass if you're like a male ref and trying to look professional and stuff, but Aubrey's allowed, you know, like.
yeah.
Well, she won the championship back.
Is half of her gimmick her ass? Like,
That's like the only part that people care about, but
oh.
no, this time those Tony Storm gimmicks actually been getting over. It's been pretty funny overall.
Like her gimmick now is like an over dramatic Marilyn Monroe.
Now the question
And-
is she going to lose seriousness though? Like, can people take her seriously using that gimmick? Okay, for a second,
As opposed to who also they're pushing in the women's division, like you really don't have much of a choice to.
I don't know the women's division.
I really think at this point they need all the gimmicks they can get for AEW because their women's division is still struggling as hell.
I was very confused on who was coming out, and for a second I thought that was Paris Hilton giving her some flowers. It's like, this doesn't make sense.
I mean, like, this is something that Lyson and I can agree on, which Krieger can probably disagree because he's a Charlotte Flair fan. But like Lyson and I have both agreed that the TNA's women's division is the strongest women's division when it comes to wrestling companies.
I don't
I
know.
would put that to NXT
currently have.
personally.
Do you think it's NXT?
Yeah, I have to give it to NXT. Their women's division is booked incredibly. Like TNA or Impact, however we're calling them right now, might feature them in more main events or something like that. But just the overall booking and quality, I feel NXT has been so much better, especially given the age of the stars that they're using. Impact is using a lot of older stars and stuff, whereas I mean they've got some young folks too, but NXT has got like 20, 21-year-olds and shit like that. And it's pretty impressive what they've done in NXT. Sean's probably going to get Booker of the Year.
This is so stupid, but it's hilarious.
Well, how great would it be if she just replaced the title and started carrying around an Oscar that said women's champion instead?
I
would love
I
that.
appreciate that gimmick because in wrestling you don't really. It's a unique one. Like you don't
Like, it's
see
just the first
something
time
like
I've
over
seen
the
a gimmick
top
like this.
80s cheesy stuff.
I mean,
It's like you haven't seen anything like that in a
You know
long
who
time.
she needs to bring in as like her little lackeys is the vaudevillains.
Yeah.
She needs aid in English. Well, I don't think anyone's going to sign Simon Gotch anytime soon because he's kind of a dick.
Put anybody else with him. Nobody else will remember the other vaudevillain. It's fine. I got to go pick up my pizza real quick, so I'll be back here in a minute, guys.
All right, we'll see you in a
Alright,
minute.
Man.
What was I saying again?
Well, the gimmick.
Mm-mm. Before that, we were talking and then we were cut into the match and then we broke away from
Survivor
that.
Series.
Oh yeah. So for my record days, if you want me to do it, I'm gonna record things on Saturday. So if it falls on a Saturday, I don't mind doing it. If it falls on anything else, you're gonna need to do it.
Yeah, I think right now, like, I need to work on my record setup. I think I might be stuck just doing live things for now because the only way I'm actually able to watch this stuff without any issues with like internet or anything is that I got my girlfriend's phone's hotspot hooked up to my computer with it running on a hotspot, and I got my headset on my phone.
You have
talking to
internet?
you. We have internet, but like I need to run a hardwired cord from the tower to the modem in the living room, but
You
I
can't run
haven't
wireless?
been able- I don't have a wireless thing on the tower, remember? Because you gave me that wireless Wi-Fi thing, but it didn't work.
Well, you can probably order something on Amazon for like $10.
Probably, yeah. I'll have to look into it. I gotta make sure my mailing address is not fucked up because I've been not getting my mail for like 2 months.
Here,
What's
let me
this?
see if I can find something. See how expensive it is.
Oh, is this the House of Black? It is. Sorry, I'm like a huge fan of the House of Black. This is Aleister Black. God, their gimmick is so fucking cool.
All
I
right, it's
bet you that
$35.
it's 35.
Mm-hmm.
I bet you 100% Krieger that when Aleister Black was in NXT and WWE, this is what he wanted to do, but they wouldn't let him do it.
I felt like that was a lot of what he would do.
Yeah, I think that was the reason why Black, like, he got released, but I think that's why he had a lot of issues, is that, like, this is the kind of stuff that he wanted to do, like the dark, mysterious, creepy shit. But
Black
they just
style
held
wasn't very WWE-ish. Like he also seemed
no.
very limited.
Like I feel like Black. I feel like the thing with that is like, yeah, Black is a WWE guy going to AEW, but I feel like Black fits in AEW because this is the kind of style that he has. So like this is like he's a perfect fit with that. So AEW getting Aleister Black or Malachi Black was like perfect. Oh, this is the whatever this team is. I don't know. A masked wrestler and whoosh.
But yeah, so fuck is this shit?
What you looking at?
AEW.
LFC.
AEW.
Oh, you're looking at LFI.
Whatever that fucking means. Yeah, that's what I'm looking
Oh,
at.
it's a Mexican team. I can't think of the name of it because it's in Mexican. But look at the House of Black. They look fucking
Yeah, they
amazing.
better win because it's like they're playing fighting against
Dude,
El
like
Chablanier.
like you can probably agree that Brody King and Black is like that their gimmick is like the coolest in this so far. Did you know that Matthews is part of the group too? Buddy Murphy.
I thought
Where'd you
Buddy
go?
Murphy was the main event.
It was a joke. I wish he was.
Oh, legitimately. A lot of these like ex WWE people tend to be that a lot.
Well, tonight Adam Cole's in the main event. Are you shaving on live camera?
No, I'm just trimming. It's I got so whenever I switched to my internet, they gave me like $100 Amazon gift card. So
Oh
I
my
got
god.
this fancy thing, and it's got different settings on it,
Yeah.
and I just do that
Hey,
whenever my facial hair
hey,
gets
look,
long.
it's the revival.
Those look like top guys.
Yeah, they're FTR. Those are CM Punk's buddies. Oh, do you remember Big Cass?
That I do. He was
There he is.
where's his old tag team partner? Bada boom,
Enzo.
bada boom, the realest guy in the room.
He's unsignable.
He didn't do
Right now
anything
he's
wrong.
did you hear any of the backstage antics he did?
He just lied about some things.
It's okay. He's Big Cass's new name is Big Bill.
I feel like I saw him on the last pay-per-view that I watched.
No. No, he wasn't. If it was
No,
two
it was
years
on
ago.
TikTok. I had a thing where him and his old tag team partner, Baltimore, was he should not be named. Um, showed up on my feed, and then I was like, "What happened to him?" And then it was like, "Oh yeah, he's Big Bill."
Big Bill now. Big
It
Bill.
reminds me of a comedy sketch somebody had where they were talking about Kill Bill, and apparently there's a character on there, and they were watching the TV version of it, and so they changed the dialogue to be TV friendly, and he thought it was funny, and I just remember that just sticks in my mind, and that's what it makes me think of. This one guy, his name was my name's Chuck, and I like to fuck was the original line, but they changed it on TV to my name's Chuck. I like to party. It was just so fucking stupid. The comedian was like, they should have changed his name to Marty. My name's Marty, and I like to party.
Oh. Did you hear that they had Mystico on AEW TV a couple weeks back? If you need to remember who Mystico was, he was the first Sin Cara.
I was gonna say he was one of. Was he the original Sin Cara, or was he the first one to copy Sin Cara?
He was the first Sin Cara.
The one that refused to speak English and was injury prone.
Yeah. The second Sin Cara that we saw, like for the majority of Sin Cara's like incarnation with the tattoo on his arm, that was Hunico.
Yeah, that was the good one. The original one was awful.
Well, okay, here's the thing. Like Mystico, okay, Hunico Sin Cara, he was good as Sin Cara because Hunico got used to the WWE style. Mystico couldn't get used to the WWE fighting style because I mean he wrestled in Mexico for so fucking long.
Well,
But,
that and he refused to learn English.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of a barrier right there. Yeah, I'm kind of hoping
like,
Black wins tonight.
Most foreign actors and I mean wrestlers, they at least attempt to do a couple bare minimum. Like even like Shinsuke now and everything, like he tries. And this guy was just like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing it."
I mean, shit. Look at Shinsuke. He's been talking more lately. They've been. Did you hear why they're trying to push Shinsuke more?
No, but I did see that they started doing subtitles, which was really nice.
So they're pushing Shinsuke Nakamura on TV more often. It's because they're trying. They have a stronger interest on signing Okada. I can't pronounce his first name, but it's Okada. He's the guy from Japan. Like they're wanting to sign him.
Yeah, I know
again.
Okada. He's a good wrestler. He's got some.
Yeah,
Is he the one that has the sit out tombstone?
No, that's Kota Ibushi.
Ibushi's good. I like Ibushi.
Ibushi is with AEW. He signed with them. Who are? Oh man, this is so fun watching this match while it buffers every 5 minutes. Dralistico looks like a combination of Kalisto and Sin Cara. I mean, just look at him.
I was once told that I look like. Never mind. I'll say it.
Doesn't he look like Kalisto and Sin Cara put together? But then again,
He looks like a generic piece of shit that I hate. I hate fucking.
Dralistico?
No, I hate generic gimmicks.
With Dralistico?
He's one of them. He's one of them. I hate them all.
Okay, so let's go down the ladder. Okay, Brody King and Malachi Black. What do you think of them and their gimmicks?
Their gimmicks fine. I feel like they're a little overrated, but I feel like they're fine.
Okay, FTR.
FTR is fantastic and they're perfect in every way.
Yeah, they're a good tag team. Roosh and Dralistico.
No.
Just no. What's wrong with them?
They're alive. Sorry.
Okay, Big Bill and Ricky Starks.
Big Bill is the only thing I like about that because he was an underutilized talent. I haven't seen the other guy enough.
Ricky Starks is pretty good, although a lot of people compare him to The Rock.
I might say something that might get me canceled, but did you know?
Let's say that I think you've said plenty on the channel that could get you canceled. But
Perfect. I want to get your opinion on something because through TikTok I figured something out.
what did you
Do
figure
you
out?
remember this old wrestler and his name was Tyler Rex, the really big guy with the dreads and everything?
He had a sex change, right?
Yeah, he's a woman now.
Yeah, I remember that he quit wrestling and had a sex change.
Yep, because I ran across her on TikTok and I was like, that doesn't
Yeah.
look anything like. Looks like a completely different person. Like, I'm like,
I
holy
looked at
shit.
pictures. I actually have ran into that a couple times over the years, and I look at pictures side by side, and I'm like, I can see the similarities.
Yeah, but I guess because it's on TikTok and you're just seeing their face, body wise, like their build doesn't look the same. Like he was like a jacked, and I'm like, that doesn't even look like the same person anymore. Anyways,
Tyler Rex wasn't even like that great in wrestling though. Like he was okay.
I felt like he had potential.
He had potential, but
Uh, like he had certain ferocity in the way he was doing the moves. I guess a little bit more intensity.
He was just hired on at the wrong time.
I never felt like they used him right.
Mm-mm.
So,
I know when he first came in, he was not used right because he was just a generic baby face. But when he turned heel was when they did it right.
but I think that correct me if I'm wrong, but is that the first wrestler that we've seen that wrestled as a male transition to a female in the industry?
Uh,
Goldust doesn't count.
Goldust is still a male.
I know
Okay.
his character was transvestite.
But yes, I think Breezy would be able to like fill us in on that when he gets back. But yes, I would
Yeah,
say between you and I, yes. I mean, there was Vito who wrestled in dresses, but he was still a dude.
yeah, and
But I'm pretty sure he was gay to begin with.
he just had a feminine tendency. Doesn't mean that he was like I'm a woman. Um, I know that I know our didn't AEW have the trans person that wrestled in
Nyla
the
Rose,
females division? Yeah, I remember they had that.
yeah, she's still there.
She's still she's still there. Okay.
Yeah, she's still with the company. Like what Breezy said, like they have a lot of people on their roster. It's
It's
just Tony
inflated.
Khan if he forgets who's there and everything, and he keeps bringing in new people like every week.
Listen, they just need to fire Bruce Pritchard from WWE. They can take him.
Oof. I still think they're suffering from CM Punk too, because like the product's not bad, but I think it's still suffering from like Punk's influence.
To be honest, I'm not too excited from this night that we've had so far.
I I saw the Claudio Buddy Matthews match. That was good. The 6-man match that you saw the tail end of, that was good. Um, the women's match was pretty entertaining. Moxley and Cassidy was good. This match is a bit of a clusterfuck, but you know, it's a it's a 4-team ladder match for tag team titles. And you know Tony Khan and his ladder matches. You can't do that. You're not Andrade.
Yeah. And sorry, I couldn't wait to shave. My facial hair is getting too long. Even now, it's still I have it at.
You're good. If I turned on my face cam now, you would look at me and go, "Why the fuck you do that?"
Did you fuck up your hair again?
I didn't fuck it up.
What'd you do?
Did you want to? You want to see it?
I think the viewers deserve to see it.
Yeah, the viewers should deserve to see it, and I
We-
know you're gonna give me shit.
We
Let me
need
go
a
get some light.
we need a thumbnail.
Thumbnail. I'm gonna
I
give you
can't
some
be
lighting.
I can't be the only one with me and my trash can. Oh no! What do you what did you do, Mike? What did you do? Mike, you are
It's
very
black.
close to Egghead Mike.
Do you even see the color?
Yeah, it's black and blue and yellow.
Well, it's supposed to be black, but in some lights it's midnight blue. But yeah, but no, I've got the RVD haircut.
How many people have given you shit for that?
Actually, up in Bottlesville, no. Everyone that's seen it and everyone that's I've sent it to on Snapchat, everyone's
Yeah.
liked it. It's like
Nice.
everyone's like 100% liked it, and I'm just like, wow. I mean, this has been growing for about a year.
And it may be something where people will get used to it, or I'll get used to
Yeah,
it more because
yeah.
you
For you, you're used to me doing the buzz cut and everything.
yeah, that and then the egghead. The one time you did the egghead face,
I've never like see like I'm not shaving my head ever again.
bro.
Like
I'm
I
telling
think
you
I'm.
right now, you're real close to. You're real.
I mean, like you may look at it and think now like, oh, the ponytail looks bad and everything, but like give it time. Eventually, you're gonna go, okay, it's a Myke look. It I may not like it, but it's Myke.
Yeah, and it's all about what works for you. You know,
Yeah,
like for me, I'm
and
always in
like
between. I have a phase where I'm just like, man, it'd be kind of cool to grow out my hair. That'd be cool, right? But it's so much more
yeah,
maintenance, as you probably
dude,
know. And
like
then,
just look how fucking long it is now.
yeah,
It's almost to my fucking shirt.
and
That's
then,
from like whenever I went to Supercuts the first time
yeah.
in it. That was the first time I cut my hair like this, and I've left this top alone since. So that's why it's this long.
Well, my other thing would be is like when my hair gets just like with my facial hair here, it was starting to get a little long, and I'm just like, man, I can't fucking do this. Get this shaved down.
Yeah.
And it comes down to maintenance with this hair, like how it is right now. I'm already like, man, I got to get my hair cut soon because like my headset's on, but as you can see,
Yeah.
I got that headset. Oh, there you go. It's up now. I got that headset hair going on. I'm already like, man, I need a
Yeah.
haircut.
I will tell you, this is high maintenance.
It
Like
is.
I have to like pretty much wash it almost every day. I have to comb it a lot to make sure it's not knotted up. I have to keep it tied up and like bunned up when I have to wear a hat at work.
Yep.
It's high maintenance, but that's why I shave down the sides and the back. That way, I just only have to wash the top.
That's why I don't like when my hair gets like pretty much at this length or longer. If I don't shower like
Honestly,
every day, I'd say at
it's
least
li-
once a day, my hair gets real greasy.
it's literally my bangs.
Oh, you're not wearing a hoodie? Oh, I thought you were wearing a hoodie.
No, this is my hair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's literally my bangs. I just kind of tie it back.
yeah. So what what's going on with Chris?
I think it's just it's he get it's a lot of stress. I think honestly, like
He's without an opener and stuff.
yeah, like with work stuff, he's stressing out about work and everything, and the whole thing with the house and whatnot. I think this is like the first like year that him and his sister has like dealt without their mom and everything. So like it's a
Yeah.
lot of stress put on one person and everything. Like I can kind of relate to that,
He lost his
honestly.
cat too, right?
You what?
He didn't he lose a cat?
That I'm not 100% sure.
I thought.
I mean, I lost a cat like 2 months ago, but
Yeah,
oh, Brody's bleeding.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah, he was scary as fuck.
Um. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like for me, like I'm trying to get organized on trying to find a good balance when to do videos.
Yeah, that's my thing right now is that it's just I've got so much going on, and I'm always sitting down like, hey, if I can't record anything off the camera, I can just turn on my PlayStation and do a live stream on a video game, and that can get me views easily. But every time I plan on doing it, those are the days that are like, oh, I gotta go do this and this and this and this. Or my son just is just fussy as fuck, and I'm just like,
I'd
well,
like to see
shit.
us do more shorts too.
Yeah, like I planned on doing more shorts or doing more TikToks and everything, but like it's just I get so like busy and so worn out and tired.
So
So
what
nowadays.
I do is I know there's a PlayStation capture thing, and I'm sure there's a mobile app. Anytime I'm playing a game and something cool happens, or there's a cutscene from a game, I just record it. And when I'm on break at work or something, I just go on there,
Mhm.
and it takes like 30 seconds to just clip it real fast and upload it.
Yeah.
And that's all you do.
Oh, and I guess I should probably I guess let let the cat out of the bag. You probably assumed by now, but I'm back to vaping again.
Vape. Bad, Michael. No.
Well, you gotta blame. Okay,
Mike.
I will tell you this right now. You gotta blame Josh for it.
No, I blame you because you're the one actively doing it every day.
I
Mike,
mean, yes,
Mike, how
but
many bills do you have? Can you afford that?
right now, yeah, currently I can afford.
Okay. Wagging my finger at you.
I know, I know you're disappointed, but like as long in my scenario is that as long as I'm sane and I'm not losing my fucking mind,
Yeah. Doing it for the stress.
basically, yeah. I don't vape in the house anymore. I just like go outside every like hour or like every couple hours and do it, which is a big plus.
Well, I guess I haven't talked about it a whole lot, but do you know that I'm going on 2 cruises this next year?
You did say something about them, I think, yeah.
So, Thanksgiving, I'm ironing out all the details and buying all the tickets. But in April, I'm going to fly down to Miami, and then we are going to go down to the Caribbean for a 10-day cruise.
Oh,
And it actually doesn't cost that much, about
interesting.
$1,200 a person. So,
Yeah, like I was at work today and my boss Tony, he was like, is it December 6th yet? I'm like, no. He's like, that's when I'm gonna go on vacation. And I'm like, I look at him and go, what's the vacation? And he was like, when was the last time you've been on a vacation? I'm like, I don't know. Like the kind of vacation I'm thinking of, like probably about 8 to 10 years ago.
well, you'll get there.
Yeah.
I have fucking. My boss literally went up to me yesterday and he was like, "Hey man, you have like 40 hours of vacation you haven't used. Are you plan on using that?" And I was like, "I'm gonna use it next year. Just roll it over." He was like, "All right." He's like, "We can pay it out if you want."
Mhm.
One of the old guys that worked in my department, he retired probably like 4 months ago. And he had 2,000 sick hours. He never called in ever, and
Oh my
he
god.
just kept. He was like, "Hey, listen, after I retire, just schedule me, and then we'll just ask off for sick time for that entire time." So,
Ask off for sick time, yeah.
dude could just take off a year if he wanted, you know.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Man, but yeah, I got like 2 months of. I mean, not 2 months. I got two weeks of vacation time in my second year here.
Oh yeah.
So I think
Yeah,
next year I'll get 3 weeks.
I learned that they give vacation time out at Freddy's, and I was like, wait, Freddy's gives out vacation time? They're like, yeah, but it has to be like after you work there for a year, and I'm like, oh,
A lot of
okay.
times they'll do it on your anniversary date. Like once you
Yeah,
hit, and then once you hit that year, then they'll give you 40 hours or 20 or whatever. That was a good chair. Well, I don't know if that was a good ladder spot or not because it looked like they were trying to break it and didn't break, and then or just make it look
yeah,
stiff.
I missed it 'cause I had to run
Oh,
to the bathroom real quick. That's why I muted Mike.
oh, I got you. They're running it up. I mean, it looks like they're setting up. I think they're gonna actually try to break it because they're having issues.
They're having issues.
Yeah, it's like the last spot they couldn't break the ladder, so they're doing it again.
Jesus Christ. Like I said, it's a clusterfuck.
Oh, they just tried it again. The ladder is cracked by the looks of it.
Dude,
I am the ladder.
I am the ladder. Hey, he's back.
Hey,
Hey, he's back. The
Yeah, I just got
planet.
back.
hey,
Yeah,
we were talking about something from wrestling. Maybe we were wondering if you knew. We were talking. You remember Tyler Rex?
Vaguely, yeah.
Well, we were talking about Tyler Rex had transitioned from male to female, and we were trying to think if there's another example of another time in wrestling where we saw somebody who was a male and they stepped away from wrestling and then became a female.
Isn't Nyla Rose male to female?
Yeah, but did she start like whenever she started her wrestling career? Did she start as a female or?
I would have to look it up.
Yeah, because I wasn't. I was thinking that was the first time that we've seen that in wrestling. It was just we were talking about earlier how that was just kind of surprising. Because Tyler Rex.
Well, that I think Tyler Rex did the sex change like a couple years ago. I think honestly, and I think
Yeah.
you're just finding out like recently, like a couple days ago. Like he did it
Well,
like several years ago.
I want to say about 6 months ago it came across my TikTok. And it was
Yeah.
actually she was going over like comparing like somebody was talking shit saying that wrestling's not real, and she was just like,
I mean,
oh yeah, well look at
MJF said
this,
it.
this and this, you know.
MJF said it in a podcast that like wrestling is the most dangerous sport, and like when it comes to like sports and everything, because like yeah, MMA is real hits and punch and kicks, but they have so many safety precautions. When it comes to professional wrestling, they're acting that shit out. Like they can hit the mat the wrong way,
Well-
and they can be paralyzed for the rest of their life.
Thought of another one. Santina Morella to Santina.
Oh yes, that's correct, Santina.
Santina.
Or first ever women's Money in the Bank winner, James Ellsworth.
Yeah. Oh, what was
Fair point.
what was that one dude? He in TNA with ODB, Eric Young, wasn't
Eric
he?
Young, don't fire, don't fire, don't
Wasn't he the women's
fire.
champion at one point?
For like maybe a day.
Yeah. Well, I think him and ODB were like co women's champion or some shit like that.
I think so. Yeah.
ODB was a unique one.
Yeah. Yeah, like bring stuff in. She
Uh,
was
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
ODB's gimmick was her boobs. Okay.
No, she
Listen.
was trashy. She would drink and she'd slap her vagina, and she was
No. She wouldn't slap her vagina. She'd slap her boobs.
Was it her boobs? I thought she was like
Yes. No, she'd always slap her boobs. That
I
was
mean,
her
that just
gimmick.
sounds like Hangman, though.
yeah.
Minus the boob part.
So, who do you think is going to be AEW signing?
Will Ospreay.
Really? I don't think so.
They're not going to be joining until the end of January, so it's got to be Will Ospreay. It's not going to be Mercedes or Sasha Banks because they would kill their company if they signed Sasha Banks.
Oh, did they say they? First of all, she can't because she wouldn't get booked enough. But did they say that the person coming in is not starting until late January?
Yeah, that's what they said.
Well,
Then why the fuck make the announcement now?
Just to get fans ready, because I know Ospreay wants to do a match in a TNA ring with Josh Alexander.
Is Sting's last match coming up soon?
I think that's the end of next year.
Next year?
I mean, I guess that does kind of put a damper on my prediction of it being Chris Hero or Cassius Ohno.
Cassius Ohno, he's a producer for
He had a good theme
ROH.
in WWE.
He just had his first match in a long time last night, though, too.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Wait, what is this? A second women's match in my AEW?
Two piss breaks this close together. No. I'm sorry.
Which match is it? I'm away from the TV at the moment.
Sky Blue, Chris Statlander, and Julia Hart in
Oh, it's a
for the
triple threat
TBS
match. Okay.
championship.
This has got to go to Julia Hart, right?
Is that like a TV championship?
Yeah, because they made the championship when they signed with TBS.
Oh.
You see, they needed a reason to book a second women's match to shut the fans up.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to book a women's match without a title on the line.
Interesting.
Oh man.
Tony Khan just does not seem like a serious leader.
He's not bad. I'm telling you, he just needs like another person to come in and take full control of one or two shows. Like he doesn't need to be booking 4 shows, even if he has help with Collision.
All right,
Tony
so
Khan's not
since
a bad-
Collision
a bad-
already looked like WCW's stuff, they should just give what's his face head of creative.
If you say Vince Russo, you're
Oh.
fucking stupid.
Vince Russo.
No, Vince Russo killed the WCW. You
They
think
can
that
they can have Vince Russo and Jim Cornette
Did you
go
know
run.
that they?
That would be the second time we saw cocaine on live air.
Yo, Jim Cornette hates Vince Russo so much.
I would pay to see those two shoot fight.
Yeah. Well, I still remember there's a thing where he was talking about his podcast, and he was like, in the future, if you're dead and I am not able to walk, I will have my wife take me to that site, and I will get up with my paraplegic ass and piss on your grave. Like, holy shit, you don't like that guy. So what started that beef? They just didn't like each other's creative decisions? Or is
may
that a
have to
long
fill in on that.
conversation?
What was it?
I think they're both just assholes, honestly.
Yeah. I know
Talking about
Lyson absolutely
Russo and
hates. Yeah, absolutely hates Cornette.
I mean,
Like
it's
CM Punk and Bobby Fish fighting, it's like they're probably just both assholes.
Yeah.
It's like, listen, like it's Cornette and it's Russo. They're both idiots stuck in the 80s and the 90s.
Well, if Cornette would just get some different glasses, people would think a little differently. I mean, he's had the same pair since fucking Nixon was in office.
Okay, is that full? Is this full? Okay, I'll get it.
Okay, so what's the storyline with this one?
With the TBS championship?
There's 3 people.
Okay, so Chris Statlander won the championship from Jade Cargill after Jade was undefeated for like 40 some odd matches. Oh, sorry. And after Jade lost her title, she left the company. So like, no, don't. Chris Statlander was kind of like the person who finally defeated Jade Cargill. So Jade left, and then they were building up. What is stuck on the floor? Okay, they were building up Julia Hart as like an undefeated individual and everything, and she had faced Chris Statlander for the title a while back, but she lost. But there was also another storyline going on between Julia Hart and Sky Blue, because Julia. Okay, so with the House of Black, they have this thing where like they spit out like this black mist, and they're like, I see it, and they like it like changes their character personality, like more dark and mysterious, and like it's like a rivalry between Sky and Julia. So we're not sure if Julia is like joining Sky, or not. Sky's joining Julia Hart or not, or whatever, and Sky's also supposed to be one of Statlander's friends or some shit like that. So it's like a whole thing with Sky Blue saying like, oh, is Sky Blue going to still be friends with Statlander after this fight, or is she going to join Julia Hart? And some shit like that. Did I basically explain it, Breezy?
Think of the way it's recruiting Daniel Bryan. It's that.
Do
You
what?
don't know what side they're on. Like there's a little bit of spooky elements going on of won't she join them? And
Yeah.
like I think Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan joining the Wyatts, but the reverse, where he put off that he wasn't going to, but eventually, did instead.
Yeah. Something like that, yeah.
Well, they're not doing a very good job of telegraphing that from the entrance or from the way that they're acting.
AEW Women's Wrestling. They're lucky they're on the card.
At least it's not Brie Bellas fighting each other or anything like like the Bella twins.
Wasn't there like
Twin Magic.
something
That was so good.
a while like I saw an article saying like that Nikki Bella, like the name Nikki Bella was like banned from like AEW or something like that, like an interview or whatever.
So WWE owns copyright on the Bella's name, so they actually can't use the Bella twins or anything like that. So that they have to compete under their own names.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want the Bella twins back on TV because then I would cry.
Well, they're older now. They're not.
They're older. I'm pretty sure they're both pregnant.
They've both had kids.
Yes.
I think Brie, when she wrestled last, like she wasn't confident enough, like her body to like wear like her regular attire, and she would wear like a full bodysuit. Because of course,
Yeah, I
after
think
you have
so.
kids, you're gonna have stretch marks and the thing on your belly and stuff like that.
Also, just with the current level of talent in WWE, they would stick out even more like a sore thumb with their skills.
Yeah, so yet alone with the image issues, the fact that they were never that good in the first place.
Yeah, they were never good like at
Nikki
all.
wasn't bad.
Oh, right there.
Nikki looked
My wife
okay
got
for a while, but
That's from the big.
her mic skills always sucked.
Yeah. Now, was there a certain time period you think that she stopped looking bad? I mean, not good.
When she
Started
got out there.
looking good.
We're talking about Brie?
My favorite gimmick of hers is retired wrestler. So
Oh, okay. I got you. Well, the good news is Nia Jax is still under contract with WWE.
and just like that, I'm doubling my antidepressant snack.
That's what I thought was so funny when they made all those cuts, and it's like you're gonna let go of Dolph Ziggler, but you still have Nia Jax. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. All right. Yeah,
What?
keep me track on what's going on the screen because I'm kind of helping out in the house for a second.
Looks like they're about to make out. Oh, never mind. They're hitting each other. She was holding his cheeks like this.
Things.
Mike, you can't ask for updates from me and expect it to be serious.
I know you're not going to be serious. That's what makes it funnier.
What was
All
I?
right,
Oh
Henry.
yeah. So you said Survivor Series is the next WWE one.
Yes, Survivor Series is next week. The return of Randy Orton.
Okay, it is Saturday, so we can just do another podcast / live stream.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking we should do.
I've got 3 episodes recorded of my my other stuff. So
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you didn't you and Lyson do a couple episodes?
yep, we did two episodes.
So you did episode 4 and 5.
Yep.
Okay, so I need to watch 4 and 5 to get caught up. I jump to the next one.
Yep. And so every Saturday, as much record time as I can get in, I want to get stuff done, and then that'll just be the day. So
Yeah. How were the next 2 episodes without any spoilers?
they were good. They were good.
They were good.
Hey, I'll be right back.
They were better than the one with the monkey ending.
Yeah, I get that. Well, that was because of a CGI issue.
Yeah, brutality was kept up.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna grab Henry and put him in the bedroom so he's not in the way. Come here.
But nothing. I don't think anything in the series is going to top episode 2 on the death.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think episode 2 was kind of like the setting point.
Do you think it was a mistake that they had such a brutal death so early?
I mean, I don't think so.
Because everything's just going to go downhill from there. You can't
who
top
won
that.
Who won the ladder match?
I don't know their names. It was not the Mexicans or LTR, FTR.
It wasn't FTR. Was it Big Bill and
Nope.
Ricky?
I don't think so.
Or was it House of? Or was it Black?
It was not House of Black. It might have been Big Bill and the little dude. I didn't see Big Bill hold the title, but I saw some little dude holding a title.
Does the little dude look like The Rock?
He's white.
Does he have Rock-like features?
Not really. He's real slim. But
Okay,
big.
then it was probably Ricky Starks.
Probably.
Unfortunately.
Speaking of The Rock, do you know The Rock was on Joe Rogan yesterday?
I think I saw a clip.
Which, did I tell you I started Joe Rogan from the very beginning?
What did
Or
he talk
whenever I go
about?
to bed. Oh, The Rock? A couple snippets I heard. He had a story about whenever he first got into wrestling. That was interesting. Where like he
What's
just got out of football and he told his dad, and he was just like, hey, I wanna get into business, and he was basically, you're a fucking idiot. And then he called up, I want to say he said Billy Graham, but he called up a wrestler, and he was like, hey, I want to get into business. He's like, well, that's fucking stupid. Show me what you got, and then I'll let you know. And so The Rock went up there, and he did this tryout with the guy, and he was like, just keep working on it. And he was like, oh fuck, that sucked. And then turns out that immediately that guy called Vince and was like, hey man, this guy's really good. He's the son of Rock. He told him who he was and everything. And he was like, oh, well, let's just get him up here and we'll have him wrestle on Monday Night Raw to open it. And he has zero wrestling experience at this point, and he didn't tell him until that night, and he was just like, he was like, we can't put him on Raw. He's never wrestled before. He's never even trained. And then the dude was like, no, just do it. And Vince was like, okay, we'll do it. And The Rock had his debut there, and he was like, holy shit, this kid's got it. And then so that's kind of how The Rock got his start. Is like he had zero fucking training, and Vince was like, just put him on Raw.
Whoa.
And then years later, they did the exact same thing with Eva Marie.
It didn't turn out so good with Eva Marie.
Debut was on Survivor Series, though, wasn't it?
Well, you got to think. Are you talking about The Rock's debut or the actual Dwayne Johnson's debut? Because The Rock himself as a character didn't develop until later on.
Okay, Rocky Maivia.
And also, that might have been his televised debut. Obviously, if he's starting on Raw.
House shows and all that shit. Yeah, I know what you're talking
just the dark match before the show went on the air or afterwards.
Yeah, and that would make sense, because if somebody was like, hey, there's this kid that he seems good and his dad was a wrestler, it wouldn't make much sense to say, let's have a main event Raw against Triple H. Honestly, I can see it be like, all right, here's what we're going to do. Just to test him out, see how well he can take a punch. We're going to bring out Big Show, and he's going to beat up 10 random local talents.
He changed between face and heel twice in that fight.
Plot twist.
How many times did we see Big Show just come out and just punch? I remember when they were trying to really get his finisher over, and they just brought out 10 local talents. He just punched each one in the face.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think at this point, like, the whole punch thing started with goddamn Floyd Mayweather and whatnot, and like that. I mean, that whole storyline was stupid to begin with. But like, just the fact that he kept the whole punch thing was because, he's a big guy with a big fist that can punch people, and his big fist hurts. So therefore, he punches.
It did kind of make you wonder, though, like, okay, but why don't the rest of his punches have any kind of effect? Like, you'd see him punch the Undertaker, and Undertaker would just stare at him, but then he would get a slightly bigger windup, and it was just Snapville for 30 seconds.
I mean, you had like guys like The Miz and Chris Jericho getting punched, and they were just like ragdolling halfway across the ring.
Yeah, some people
because they could sell.
Yeah,
but when you see Undertaker just getting punched in the face and then staring at him, and then suddenly getting knocked the fuck out completely to where he doesn't do his usual sit-up, it's a bit jarring. Oh, new women's champion. Okay.
Oh, I'm not that far up yet.
Yeah, that's my bad.
I will say this though.
I know you were invested. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to spoil that for you.
If I were to, do we have a match in?
Oh, it's over now. Okay, I like that spot. That was fine.
I was good with it. I mean, it was a good match, honestly.
Yeah.
Statlander was really impressive as always. They let her do her muscly woman thing, and I really like Julia Hart sneaking in the back door. And I do especially like the pin on Sky Blue with the story they've been telling with those two. So
yeah,
I just caught the ending. I'm happy that she won.
Pacing.
Plus, Chris Statlander didn't have to take the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like the match dragged on or
Yeah,
anything. I felt like that it was
deserves
the appropriate amount of time.
Like I said, when they put the women in their matches, the women can usually shine pretty well. They've got really good talent. It's just they don't put them in any more matches. We probably won't see another woman for the rest of the night until we see Britt Baker take off the devil mask and reveal that it was her the whole time.
Usually, when it comes to the women matches, like they're.
Mike's fucking up.
Sorry, I'm being
Myke,
too loud. Hold on.
I think you need a mic check.
Hold on.
You mean like the finisher?
She's got that title upside down. She needs to turn. Oh, does she? Yeah, she's got it upside down. Did she not know that?
All right, so worst finisher, the Big Show knockout punch or the Miz using the figure four lock for a month?
Big Show for sure for me. Figure four is like an homage. It's like one of those weird things. It's like, oh, he's doing that, but like
He only does it as a face, though. Notice.
yeah, but like your finisher, like you're gonna punch me. Okay.
Just not stand there and get punched in the face.
I'm trying to think of a more stupid finisher. Maybe
Iron
the
Paxton.
Maybe the Cobra. The Cobra is a pretty stupid finisher.
That finisher had a 100% pin rate, so
Did go down in history as the most protected move of all time.
the worst finisher is Byron Saxton's, whatever the fuck he did in NXT. It was terrible.
I don't even remember him wrestling, and I'm glad I don't. Well, if we're going off things around that era, is Jerry Lawler's fist drop. That was always really dumb. Honestly, I know The Rock's people's elbow and like John Cena's like you know like five knuckle shovel are designed to. They're stupid if you think about it too.
Yeah, I got the video pulled up for Byron Saxton's finisher. Hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and hit play on it.
All right, I got it up for the viewers to watch.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my goodness. Alright, let's see this. So he's gonna lift the neck, he's grabbing the arm, and then he just...
That's like in the old creative finisher mode when you didn't know what to do, so you just throw random movements in to make it longer.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, that shit was ridiculous. I'd use all the possible phases for that.
I don't think Dolph Ziggler was pretending to laugh at that either. And hey, look, there's Will Ospreay. I think about Myke went off for a second there.
Yeah, Myke said in chat that his son woke up, so he's gotta calm him down, get him back to bed.
Does he not have NyQuil? What the hell?
Worst case, he's gotta have a liquor cabinet. Like, what's going on?
Just drug your baby. Come on, man.
I told him that he needs to do the old.
Just for the record, viewers, we don't actually condone drugging babies.
Yes, and I have no babies to drug, so luckily, I told him whenever he first had his kid, I was like, man, if we got to get a stream done, just do the old Frank Gallagher, just a little bit of alcohol on the lips, get him right to sleep.
A little bit of whiskey right in the gums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, did that soundboard work that time? Did you hear that?
Well,
Yeah, it worked.
Okay, good. Whenever I would...
Sorry, yeah.
I had put a thing on the chat last podcast with Myke, and I did the yeah, and then I did the
what?
and Myke was like, I can't hear anything. And I was like, man, that fucking ruins the whole thing. Not
Boy.
Oh, see, you got something going on.
I guess I have one too. All right. I've never used the soundboards before, so.
Yeah. Yeah, I like those. They're kind of cool because you can upload your own custom ones and everything. So you can. That's how I added those others on there. You can download any track.
Emotional damage.
Yeah. I feel like you could be like super extra on that, but then you don't want to end up like one of those radio DJs where it's like the annoying reactions.
Yeah, I ain't trying to take over your whole podcast with it.
Yeah.
This is a big signing, Will Ospreay, because WWE was making a hard push for him. I do think this is the better move for him. I think he would have gotten lost in the shuffle in WWE. They have too much talent there right now for him to really stick out. But in AEW,
AEW is the same issue though.
he's got business with Kenny Omega still, man. And they're going to London every year. Like, that's going to be a big incentive.
Yeah. Well, okay,
Although
so what are the
WWE gets around the world now, too, so.
What have the alternatives been? Going to TNA or Japan? You know?
It's WWE or AEW. Who wanted the money?
Yeah, that's true.
For him to leave London, it was going to have, or to leave England, they were going to have to pay him a truckload of money. So it was all that alone put him out of TNA's, range. TNA's got their own stuff going anyways. They don't really need him, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like with their fan base they've built right now, you kind of want to, as you're rebuilding and getting back into the TNA name, you kind of want to keep building around local guys before you bring in more people, Although I would be very surprised if we don't see Shelton Benjamin end up over there whenever his 90 days is up next month.
Yeah, he's one of those that I feel like WWE did not use correctly. When I wanted him to come back for so long because he was over in ROH, and then he finally came back, and it's just like Shelton's one of the greatest. I mean, he's one of my favorite wrestlers that's underrated.
I love Shelton Benjamin, man. He just the sheer athleticism and how many memorable spots has he put on, even with his limited role? Like, you've got the super kick from Shawn Michaels, you've got him running up the ladder, you've got his whole run with the Hurt Business, like the world's greatest tag team. Like I said, for someone who wasn't featured much, he's been pretty prominent.
Yeah. Are you talking about in his like later runs?
Just all of it. Like, even in his later run, he never really got put very big or anything in the late run. But man, can you imagine if we'd have had like peak Shelton Benjamin in current NXT?
Yeah.
Like, he would have been a perfect fit for that. I'm surprised they didn't keep him for that now.
The thing with Shelton is that like he was so good and entertaining in the ring, even like when he was with Charlie Haas, like in the first and second rendition of the world's greatest tag team. It's just Vince didn't see him as a main eventer because
he
Vince
killed it.
Looked at him and said, "Oh,
any
he's
ladder
black."
he was in." Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know why, but I had a dream and that they were a tag team, and then I just really wanted to see it happen. It was Shelton Benjamin and John Morrison. I was like, dude, that would have been such a fun team just to watch them both together, the shit they could do in the ring, or even just have a feud together, something, I don't think we ever really got to see those two together.
I mean, like, granted, like they're on the latter end of their career, but AEW should sign Ziggler and Benjamin just so they can finish it out and then close the book, or have Benjamin go back to ROH.
I want Benjamin to go to TNA, honestly. I think he'd get lost in the shuffle in AEW. All right, so I'm going to insist we actually pay attention on the next match, because this is the one I was actually excited for tonight.
What's the next one coming up?
Swerve and Hangman, which I know you said you weren't a huge fan of Hangman, but Hangman is as good as his booking. Like, when he's actually got a good story going and he's getting invested, he's one of the best in the company at like building that excitement and getting the crowd behind him and stuff.
And I'll keep an open mind going into it.
Yeah, I caught an ending of the match and I got excited and I woke him up.
Mm-hmm. Well, at least you didn't have like that Christian reaction from the Royal Rumble whenever he came back.
Also, you have to watch and pay attention to Prince Nana's dance, because it's the highlight of every show.
Yeah, what happened was that I was carrying some 2 liters into the bedroom, and I caught the tail end of that triple threat match with Julia, and Statlander, and I saw Julia won, and I got really excited because I was like, yes, Julia deserves it and everything. And then Carter woke up because I got too loud.
Oh, damn it.
I knew that was bound to happen at one of these recordings.
My shit just paused out of nowhere.
By the way, I told you they signed Will Ospreay because I looked on the screen and I saw Will Ospreay in the ring. I told you they signed him.
I'm gonna be honest. I thought he was already signed.
I didn't see the news about them saying that he wasn't going to start until late January. So had I known that, it would have changed my opinion a little bit.
His contract with New Japan ends in January.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was saying it would have changed my opinion because I didn't think he was signing because of that. But if I'd have seen that he was not starting until late January, it'd have been like, oh well, that's just a spoiler.
I mean, like, I'm glad that like he's going to AEW because if Will Ospreay went to WWE, he wouldn't be able to do half the shit that he does in the ring now.
That's what I was telling Dylan. Is I don't think I think he would have gotten lost in the shuffle. There's too much talent in WWE, especially if Orton is coming back, and especially because CM Punk's going to show up. You know. Oh shit! Not even an entrance for Hangman.
No, he was all into it.
I don't think
All in. All in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's good on accidental pun. Yeah, I don't think CM Punk's getting signed.
No, I don't think so either. I was kidding.
Okay.
If he shows up, I'm gonna do a 10-gun salute to the WWE because their company died.
I would see it as a Legends deal, so they could tell him to fuck off if they need to. Just bring him back for Chicago, get that pop, have one program and then tell him, you know what, you're on commentary or fuck off. I don't care.
No,
Legends deal would be perfect because then you have the rights to him. He can't show up elsewhere. You can bring him in for a special appearance, and really, as long as he's not there every week, he's not much of a problem.
just bring him back for a I Quit match versus Ryback.
For Ryback.
You better not check your Twitter DMs.
Fucking.
He's gonna find this small ass podcast just to get into your DMs.
I know.
That chip on his shoulder. There's not enough salsa in the world.
Bro, Ryback is so salty on shit. You ever seen him on social medias and everything? He's just like, they're keeping me down, Mark Zuckerberg. He's trying to cancel me. He's like, make sure to retweet and refollow, and everyone's just like, dude, just shut up.
No.
Oh, so I had a suggestion for who should be Gunther's next challenge after he squashes the Miz, and I feel like it's a pretty good idea for who should be his next challenger. Brock Lesnar.
I think no. Here's one of the things that's gonna happen because Gunther has said that like he felt like that he's ran his time with the IC title. I think Gunther's gonna retain the title. He's gonna drop the title and he's gonna focus on one of the world titles.
That would be a very big shame for the longest reign ever to end with.
I think that like if I were to predict WWE booking, they're gonna have him take the belt off of Seth Rollins.
I honestly thought they should just do it where he wins the Royal Rumble and becomes a double champ.
You guys still there?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just saying, imagine how much legitimacy, as if it needs any more, but still, imagine the legitimacy it would add to the Intercontinental title to add Brock Lesnar in Gunther's reign, like his successful defenses, and just to have Brock Lesnar challenge for the title.
Yeah, but is Brock on his way out?
Brock comes and goes as he pleases. It doesn't matter.
Like I know since Vince has been out of it, like he's just kind of filtered out. Because at one point he said, if Vince is gone, I'm gone.
Okay.
If the money is there, he's there.
Yeah.
I mostly just want to see Gunther and Brock Lesnar fight.
Well, do you guys think we'll ever see Brock back in UFC now that USADA ended their contract at WWE? So it's basically steroid time again.
I mean, I can see it.
I was having some.
Because they're testing in house. They said they hired some guy to lead it, who used to he used to be an interrogator for the U.S. government, and he interrogated like Saddam Hussein. Like there's
what
like,
the hell did I just walk through?
We're talking about the USADA thing.
Okay, like I was having some connection issues for a second, so I had to get off of Wi-Fi because I'm outside right now. And next thing I know, you guys are talking. We went from talking about Gunther and the IC title to the government.
Well, Mike, the USADA was the organization that would test for drugs with UFC, and they had a falling out with UFC over the Conor McGregor thing.
I'm not surprised.
Because UFC was trying to pressure them into making an exception for Conor McGregor, and they said no.
I'm not surprised
Um,
because Conor McGregor is their John Cena.
so now they're testing in house, and they put the person in charge of that, somebody who you just stapled that.
Holy shit!
Oh my God, that's
So, do you know the backstory on this match? Jesus Christ!
that one stuck, boys. Holy shit!
Holy
How's the match
shit!
going?
Oh, you can't fake that one.
Are you liking the match, Krieger?
Oh my God,
I'll take that as a yes.
do you see what he's doing? He's
I'm
He's gonna
outside
get
right now,
COVID.
so
your
is someone
vaccinations are up to
bleeding?
date.
Someone bleeding?
Do you want us to tell you, or you want to wait till you're caught up?
No, you can tell me. Like, I'm gonna head back in
Motherfucker
a minute.
stapled his face twice, pulled the paper and the staple out, then pulled his head above him as he laid on the ground and drank his blood leaking from his head.
Pretty brutal, yeah. You can tell he took a few lessons from wrestling with
That's
Mox.
worse.
Like, oh, I should have done this. Damn it!
Yeah, it's like I didn't drink his blood.
So Swerve did that?
Yeah. Now he's got a chair with barbed wire.
Oh my God, Swerve the sick fuck. Anyways,
Well, this is a good start.
I'm telling you, man,
I told
when
you that.
Hangman's invested, he's good, dude. Hangman was really hampered by his booking during his title run and just having it end so unceremoniously. But like his rise to the title was really good too.
That's where I want to kind of defend Krieger a tiny bit because like his last match he saw Hangman in was him winning the world title from Kenny Omega. So like his defense was like he didn't think the match was that great because he missed all of the build up to it. So like that would make sense why somebody coming into that match now would be like, the match is okay because they don't know the high stakes. They don't know what was been going on and everything.
I mean, it would have been like if you watched Sami Zayn and or if you'd watched Jimmy and Jey Uso beat Roman and Solo, you'd have been like, oh, I mean, that was just a fine tag match. But like the whole story behind it is what made it such a memorable piece, you know.
Well,
that was also on top of like
there's
Sami Zayn winning the NXT title.
and the big thing wasn't as much as me not liking Hangman. More of it was me absolutely hating Kenny Omega. So the fact that he was just in there, and I'm just like that was the first time in a long time I sat down and watched a full Kenny Omega match. And a lot of people talk about him like he's the greatest wrestler on planet Earth today, and I'm just like, man, this guy is
Kenny
fucking
Omega is a good
overrated as
wrestler, but I
shit.
wouldn't put him in the top 10. Like, there's 10 other wrestlers that are better than Kenny Omega.
There are some marks out there that just believe that Kenny Omega is piss from God's penis kind of thing. Like he's, I probably could have used a better metaphor, but
NJPW Kenny Omega was also significantly different from most of what we've seen in AEW, I will say. So a lot of people are basing their opinion on that from when he was not a 40-year-old wrestling in America. Like his stuff in NJPW is what really earned him the title Best Bout Machine. And from a lot of the stuff I've seen, he earned it. I watched a match he had with like an 11-year-old girl, and he actually put her over and made her look good.
See, like, here's the thing with like Krieger in his opinion with Kenny Omega versus like somebody like Breezy who's probably watched Kenny Omega's career from the start to finish.
I tuned in late, actually. My bad.
Yeah, you're good.
Well, like you've seen more of Kenny's career than Krieger has. Krieger has just seen like the hype and everything. Like, imagine
I've seen
the
toxic fan base. Because to me, he represents indie wrestling as a whole.
Same thing if this was the '90s and it was Goldberg. Like you would say the same thing about Goldberg if it was the '90s. Like this like I'm like granted, yeah, Goldberg is not a 5-star athlete, but like when it comes to the hype and like the everyone fanboying about him and everything, like yes, like ouch, like that the same thing would happen.
The two groups that I absolutely hate that I can't handle, like that I just have an absolute as soon as I see them hate is Kenny Omega and then the Young Bucks. like
I feel like the Elite as a whole is kind of like The Hangover as a movie, where if you got to see them before all the hype, you probably love it. If you got there after everybody wouldn't shut the fuck up about it, you're probably just like, get this away from me. I don't ever want to see this again. Oh, hi, kitty cat.
I remember
I
them.
kind of feel like that's how it is. Like, you either got in early enough to beat the hype and just enjoy what you were seeing, or you tuned in after everybody wouldn't shut the hell up and forced you into watching it. And you're just like, all right, there. Well, you shut the fuck up now. I watched it for you.
So one thing that
That's the
was
point.
actually kind of interesting
point
about
of
that for me is
Goldberg.
I actually remember the Young Bucks when they were in TNA and they were Generation Me, and I felt like they were
Oh my god.
so cringe in like a
They
really
were
mid-tag
handcuffed.
team.
They were handcuffed.
Holy that looked brutal.
Dude, Young Bucks and TNA's Generation Me was handcuffed.
I mean, they just seemed super
Like, they
green at
couldn't
the
do-
time. Okay, let me watch the spot now because yep. That's another one you can't really fake.
Yeah, dude. Like, these two are gonna.
Mike,
Do
in
you
case
know the whole story behind this match?
I don't. Mike, just in case you
Yeah,
missed it,
you told
he did a fucking brain
Death Valley Driver.
on the apron on the center block.
It was the Death Valley Driver, like
Death
Saturn's
Valley
old
Driver.
move. Yeah,
You
it's
fill
from
them
the
in on
Fireman's Carry. It's a big difference.
Crazy.
If I didn't correct you, the comments would, right? Like, I'm trying to save you a bit.
I appreciate it.
Crazy. You fill them in on the story between Hangman and Swerve, and I'm gonna build up a story about the cat because I feel like telling a story about Mouse.
All right, so Swerve did a special edition of AEW In Your House, but it was specifically for Hangman. So he broke into Hangman's house, right? And just went through all of his shit, touched all of his stuff, and said mean things about his family. So as soon as you go into a dude's house, obviously it gets real personal.
Yeah.
And yeah, ever since then, Hangman has attacked Swerve twice, and he even followed him to a random indie show and attacked him Thursday night. It was like GCW or something, maybe. I don't know, but
Yeah.
it's pretty cool.
Nice. Bro,
Okay,
that
so-
guy had to have taken some blood thinners before this started.
So I guess I feel like that we should go on another podcast, like off-topic random story. I would like to tell the story about the cat that was on screen, if that's okay
What
with
cat?
you guys.
I don't see a cat.
This cat. The cat that was on my shoulders.
I know the cat. The cat
Okay.
was cute. I just wanted to see it again. That's
Yeah,
all it was.
the cat that I like to call my parrot because she likes to sit on my shoulders. So the story about Mouse. If Joker is listening right now, he's probably going to get very pissed off. So back in Pittsburgh, we had Max and Fury. Rest in peace, Fury. God bless her soul. We had Max and Fury at the house and everything, and there was a day where what's up, man? We had Rusty come by the house because he's going to work on some stuff at the house, like maintenance or whatever. So I stepped outside to take a smoke break and everything, and I went out to the back porch. This was over at the Joplin house, the house that you almost moved into, Krieger.
I helped you move in there.
So
That was
I
a
went
nice
out,
place.
yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, this was the house that you almost moved into and everything. And like I went out to the back area by the garage and I looked over where the 2x4 was, the big piece of wood. Ooh.
Almond chocolate milk.
And I saw a little orange cat's head peek up behind the piece of wood. So I went over to the garage to go see where the cat was, and she was just sitting there on the table, just staring at me, skinny as fuck. So I was like, "Oh hey, hello there, how you doing?" And she looked at me, and she tried to meow, but there was no meow. It was just squeaks or nothing. So I was like, "Oh okay." So I fed her some lunch meat, and I came back to check on her about an hour later, and she stuck around. So I called her Mouse, and she was the secret cat that we kept at the Pittsburgh house for like 3 months until I moved out. I'm still eating it, honestly.
Love a happy ending.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude.
She's had a really rough life. Like she's basically lived a life of like being either stuck in a pin or like just just pinned up. So I just feel bad for her a lot and everything. She eventually, because I had her be watched by one of my friends that I had while I was at my grandpa's and everything, and she ended up catching feline herpes disease. And so that's like a contagious disease that can go from cat to cat or whatever. So
Remember you tell me about
that's
that.
why, yeah, that's why she's outside. Like she
All your other
cannot come
cats
in
are
the
inside.
house. All the other cats are indoors.
I'm gonna call the finish now. It's gonna be Hangman putting barbed wire around his arm and doing a buckshot.
Myke, do
This
you
is gonna be a
recognize this
bloody
this actor?
I see that.
Yeah, I'm back inside watching the match. By the way,
Oh, okay. Myke, do you see this?
put your screen to a little bit closer. No, move it, move it, move it. I can't see your screen, dude. It's like
What do you mean?
Holy shit! Did you guys see that? Watch this spot.
Oh, hold on. There was Mark Hamill from the Christmas special.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, by the way, but holy shit, you gotta see it.
No, you're good. I want to see good spots. Hopefully they replay it. His hand's shaking real
I'm
bad. All right, let's see.
bloody as fuck.
Oh, yeah. This match definitely has a hardcore element to it.
It's a
Getting down.
It's a Texas death match.
God damn it! They just took down that stream again. But anyways, yeah, that was just Mark Hamill during the dreaded Christmas special.
I think you came in at the wrong time. Breezy, can you fill in on how sharp the barbed wire is when it comes to professional wrestling?
Very dull.
Like, is it sharp?
I would imagine that you would want it to be more sharp than not, actually, because being more dull would probably cause it to, tear and stuff more as opposed to just clean cuts. But I would say it's probably not sharp enough to cut very deep or anything, anyways. So probably just enough to kind of prick here and there.
Not sharp enough to cut deep, but then not sharp enough to prick. Well,
It's basically, if it's going to cut them at all, you really want it to be sharp enough to do clean cuts. Otherwise, it's just going to stick in there and not do clean cuts, which is even worse.
Because like
Well,
the
like,
the steel steps in wrestling, isn't that just painted wood?
Those steel steps are like 750 pounds. What are you talking about?
No, I'm pretty sure. No, they aren't. That's impossible.
That's what they always say in the show. They're like, those steel steps are 700 tons. It's like 50 big steels.
For a second, I thought you were being serious and not sarcastic, and I was like, "Oh man, I gotta defend myself here."
how far ahead are you guys? Because I just saw Hangman Tombstone swerve into the barbed wire chair.
My stream collapsed, so I'm
Just refresh it real quick. That's what I had to do.
Yeah, well, it's the copyright person. Well, let me explain. My stream is back up, but I'm on another screen, and I need to get a new controller. This one likes to tilt up to the right, so I'm currently trying to hit the full screen button. Oh god damn it! Now it just went backwards. Because it will just keep going up.
Hangman just Tombstone swerve onto a barbed wire chair, and Swerve is getting up. This match is fucking brutal.
Yeah, this has been the first good AEW match I've ever seen in my life.
John Moxley's probably someone in the back touching himself to this match right now.
I'm glad that like you're saying this is good because this match is good.
There was also a promo that if you get the chance, you should go back and watch leading up to this. There was the one on this past Dynamite. No, I don't really want to tell you anything about it because I'll just butcher it and it won't be as funny. So, like after this match, you ought to go back and rewatch it. I'll drop a link for you.
What's their what's their beef? Just I want to beat you up.
Well, Swerve thinks that Hangman is in a spot that he got really complacent while still being booked on the top of the card, and Swerve said, "If I had been given the opportunities you had, I would have been the first Black AEW champion." So basically, it's Swerve thinks he deserves Adam Page's spot, and Swerve was doing whatever he could to get under Page's skin because mind games. And then he broke into his house, rubbed his balls on his drum set, and now they're fighting to the death in this match.
Oh god. Yeah, you.
Meanwhile, Nana just kind of danced off to the side. Holy fuck! Watch this, dude, if you can.
So here's the thing. Yeah, I will. So here's the thing. Like my girlfriend likes to watch wrestling with me, but she can't handle blood. So she came and lay down at the wrong time. Can you get me another Miller when you come back in? Thank you so much.
A Miller. Ugh.
I've been working on the same 12 pack or 24 pack the last 2 months. Cut me some slack.
I got a 12 pack,
Oh
and
my god,
I'm on my
dude!
third one for the night.
Oh, wait! That barbed wire swung around and caught in his mouth. Jesus Christ! Oh, Breezy,
Easy.
look, Breezy, look at my hair.
You dye it?
I dyed it, and this is a year of it growing. It's supposed to be black.
God, I did
so
push talk it. I think it looks good, man.
Yeah, I see what I mean, Krieger.
No,
Krieger's the
I
only one
see what
that's
you mean, Myke.
like,
It's different, my guy.
yeah. But this is my hair growing out for about a year, basically a year. So
I've been thinking about trying to grow mine back out again, but every time I do, I end up hating it. Hey,
Yeah.
we need to get Jungle Boy's opinion. Is that real glass?
The last one. Thank you. Love you. Oh, hey Krieger.
Hmm.
Look who's back home.
Little zombie cat. Zombie cat.
Hey, zombie cat.
Is he still?
Yeah, he's
I
going.
mean, I'm guessing by the suit, he still has issues.
Yeah, I think it's more anxiety based now than what I thought it was.
Yeah. Bugs at my parents'
Yeah.
house. Oh my god. They're rich and they can afford to do things, so they took him to a specialist and everything, and they gave him a certain amount of things, and he has a full coat. He doesn't itch himself. He doesn't lick himself anymore. He's all good
Yeah.
there. That's kind of why I
Max-
haven't like been like, hey, I'm on my own now. I'll go ahead and take Bugs back. It's just like that was kind of in a failed relationship where I got him. I didn't really want him, but I got attached with him.
Bugs.
I love
Bugs is
Bugs.
fun.
Bugs is great, but like initially, like after the breakup, I was just like, I only kept him to spite her because she was like, I don't think you can take care of him, you know.
Breezy, have you met Max?
I think it was my first time seeing him like on stream, but I've seen pictures of him. He's very
This
cute.
is my
Yeah,
this is my cat. He's missing hair, but he's my cat.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
he
He
was the
just
first
had,
cat I got before I got Max.
yeah, but so yeah, so I miss having a pet. It's just at the same time, it's just like I'm.
Me and Max are at the point to where like
I think you can see Idget behind me actually if you look on the couch.
Hello.
Oh yeah,
See, I'm at the me and Max are at the point to
He's
where
just fat.
in our pet human relationship that I'm the support animal in a relationship and he's just relying on me.
Guys, I think we're gonna see someone die here.
maybe depending on
But
how much blood thinner they took.
good old Max is going back to the vet a week from Monday to see if I can find something to help with his anxiety because he's even not eating. I mean, he's eating, but he's only eating like once a day. So like he's lost a lot of weight. So I'm gonna see if I can find something that helps him out with that. Because look at his suit.
So Swerve is definitely going through that, right? Like you set up the spot, you go. It's your spot to go through.
This is like Joey Janela, John Moxley, Kenny Omega, John Moxley, like good hardcore match.
Or any Eddie Kingston match, period.
Well, okay, so I don't know on that. I would like to disagree. I feel like John Moxley matches are overly hardcore, where there's too much blood, and it's just like, oh, it's John Moxley's match. It's what do you expect?
So let's be
this
real,
one
let's
You
doesn't.
wish he didn't bleed every match.
be
Yeah,
real.
it's like he's the new Ric Flair.
No,
Like
Moxley is the modern day Tommy Dreamer.
the only difference is that John Moxley isn't hurricaning women in the airplanes. Like that's the only difference between them. Look at your face.
I think you saw a spot.
Yeah, probably, but it works well.
And it's buffering as soon as the spot hits.
Oh well, I'll let you know. He landed hard.
So what was the spot?
He threw him through the barbed wire table between two chairs.
What
Oh,
was
and then
the
he
move?
picked him up and powerbombed him right back on top of the fucking table with the barbed wire.
Oh wait, there's more.
Oh, he picked him up again. Oh, he landed
That's the
back.
dead eye.
He dead-eyed him right on the back onto it.
So, is this your match of the night right now, Krieger?
Yeah, this is the match of the AEW so far, from what I've seen.
I'm
Not-
glad. Like,
Not that I've seen anything good up to this point.
so if this was the main event, Krieger, and this is the only match you saw, would you come back and watch it more AEW? Oh my god! You know what
I
I
was
wish?
close on my prediction, by the way.
You know what I wish?
Hmm.
That Brody Lee didn't die.
You know what I
So-
wish? The Bray Wyatt hadn't died. And Brody Lee.
Don't like listen. Like that still hurts, man. That still hurts.
Hashtag rip Chris Benoit.
God. Chris Benoit is like
Oh,
just ridiculous.
he's doing banana.
I'm still hurting from Bray, man. A lot.
So, I'll wait to say something.
Yes. How is he still standing? Is Nala dancing? Dance, Nala, dance. What do you think of Nala's dance? It's
Just
the
to remind you
machine.
of the quality of
The
matches that I've
machine.
seen in AEW, the second best match I've seen up to this point was whenever Sting and Brian Cage, this motherfucker right here, were in that tag team backstage match. Like that was the second best match.
Oh, the cinematic match? Yeah, that was good.
Yep.
I'm not a man, I'm a machine. They've been putting him on TV more often now, which I'm kind of glad.
He just
because
had his
Brian
kid,
Cage
I
is-
think, right?
I think
or-
so.
or
Well,
another
Brian Cage
kid.
is not. Brian Cage is not bad. He's just like okay. It's like License says. He's a typical big guy.
I don't think he's bad. I think he's limited by his build.
Yes, that's that too.
He's always just going to be a great value Brock Lesnar to a lot of people. And using the F5 doesn't help.
Yeah, using the F5 as a modern move is not good. And the JBL powerbomb.
Okay, so now that I do know that you guys are caught up with me on who, on the, Brian Cage coming out, why would you wait until Swerve had been fucking murdered? And second, why is the referee not counting if Swerve is down on the outside right now?
He's distracted by the machine.
It's not like he has to call a disqualification or anything.
Yeah.
Well, here, think about this, guys. There are 2 Lucha Underground stars in the ring in the arena right now.
Lucha Underground was so. I know we never finished it, but we watched the first couple seasons of it. That was so good.
If we ever find it again, dude, we need to go back and watch it again.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind starting back over just to get caught up.
Yeah.
Nala about spotted. Do the dance, do the dance, do the dance. Oh. Oh.
What did you just see?
God, he just dead-eyed Nala through the table. I wish I caught the rest of this match. This match is so
You
good.
see
I
the-
may have to,
You see the part right after his welcome Swerve?
the cinder block.
Yeah, the cinder block of cocaine.
It just happened.
It looked like he just threw a block of cocaine at him.
There's a lot of coke all over the ground.
Cinder doesn't turn to ash on impact like that. I don't know if they realized
No.
this.
This is definitely a match I'm gonna have to go back and
Um,
watch start to finish.
I think
because-
they. I think they found Ric Flair's stash.
Man, I only have
It was made out of Tony Khan's cocaine stash.
Oh, Tony Khan. My bad. I saw they had signed Ric Flair a while ago. So
I do gotta say, it's probably a good call to have the black guy hanging the other guy if they're going to do a hanging spot.
Oh,
Yeah, probably wouldn't work out so well. The other.
Adam hanged man Page.
Uncomfortable
Uh-oh.
racism right there.
Okay, to the racism. I thought it was going to be something else there, Mike.
Uncomfortable racism right there.
So,
Yo, like, to kind of go off of like Krieger's like comment earlier about like there always has to be a Marty Jannetty of the tag team. What if Keith? What if Keith Lee was the Marty Jannetty of him and Swerve?
so I saw something earlier. Somebody was like, "Today is Keith Lee's birthday. Congratulations! He's been wrestling for over like 40 years or some shit like that." And I'm just like, man, I barely heard about this guy like 3 years ago. Like, he's not. He hasn't been wrestling that long, and if he has, it's been indies, where in bingo halls and shit.
He's been injured that long.
Yeah.
Hey, Breezy, how's Dijak
Like, didn't
doing,
he get a
man?
really bad ego, and that's why WWE didn't really do anything with him?
No.
Like, what was his
Keith Lee?
issue? Well, yeah, what was his issue with WWE?
He had a real bad health scare with his COVID and stuff like that, and it caused him to gain a bunch of weight and everything. So WWE just didn't want him anymore because he lost a lot of his athleticism when he got sick.
Mm.
Yeah, Keith Lee
And
was
also, they just didn't like how much time he'd missed and everything. So
Yeah, they did that with
Wait,
Cassius Ohno too, right? Like he was gaining weight, so they weren't as interested.
Cassius Ohno had a testosterone issue because he
Yeah,
had like high testosterone because of his genes.
yeah.
we're gonna say, I thought he just straight up retired from wrestling for a while and only came back last night.
They gave the win to Swerve. Holy shit! Adam Page lost a Texas Death Match. Holy shit!
And his second loss in a row against Swerve.
The Hangman
I
got
think
it hung.
I feel like that's good booking because they're pushing Swerve like hard.
It's to me though, it's kind of like, how many times are you gonna do the whole Hangman underdog angle? Like, at some point, he just has to start stringing together wins.
Yeah,
I think the Hangman underdog angles kind of ran its course. Like I feel like Hangman is now kind of like running the same like pace as like the Young Bucks and Omega. Like they're just there now.
I will say it does help his case that there was so much interference, but like still, get some friends. stop, stop not having friends. Just try having friends. You know.
bro.
Breezy,
That's what sucked whenever I was running that online league this last year. Whenever we do 8-man matches and everyone would fucking hate me. There's a fucking clip of 7 people ganging up on me.
dude, I'm so glad
You're
that
literally Naya.
My character was I was very good and I'm an asshole, so people naturally gang up on me. But my character was JBL and he had the running finisher, the clothesline out of nowhere, and I just hit like 4 people in a row with the finisher like out of nowhere, and they're like, all right, fuck this guy, and they all just ganged me up in the corner and just started punching me.
You have the whole beatdown on MJF from before.
Yeah,
and then like fucking
they
like you tell
recorded
the
it, put it
guys,
on TikTok.
the fucking guys, they're like, oh yeah, like I'm gonna shut the league down because I want to focus more on like other stuff we want to record for the channel, like shit like this. And then like half the fucking group was like, fuck you, I'm a 10-year-old child, fuck you.
Yeah, like our primary function for the YouTube channel is reviews and podcasts. And I'm like, hey guys, this is taking too much time and I'm not taking care of myself, so I need to just focus on what the channel's for. And they're like, fuck you! I'm like, okay.
God, watch Adam Cole just go out there and lay down for Jay White, and that's how Jay wins the title.
Fucking Jeff Jarrett, that shit.
Yeah.
Finger poke of doom.
They should just let MJF and Adam Cole do 2-on-1 because it's like 2 legs still, you know? They've got one good leg each. Tie them together.
They could pull a Michelle McCool and Layla thing. I think her name was
The
Layla.
split title.
Co-champions where they actually literally split the championship into 2 pieces.
Hey Breezy, I got a question for you. If Brody Lee was still alive, where would he be in the company? Because before he died, he was TNT champion.
You don't want to know my answer.
That's why I'm asking.
Trios champion.
You what?
Trios champion with House of Black.
I know. I don't. I know. no.
running like a dispute angle for leadership between him and Malachi.
I think that's typical because like he's the leader of the Dark Order and everything and whatnot. I feel like he would have at least a world title run.
He would, and I would actually change my answer to say Dark Order, House of Black, Blood and Guts.
I feel like Dark Order would be more successful if Brody didn't die. Like, I mean, like, yeah, that's something that was like out of their hands and out of control. But like, I feel like Brody Lee was like the pushing point for Dark Order. But after he died, like, they had no idea what to do with him. That's why they put him with Adam Hangman Page. Now they're just kind of like, oh, we're here.
I feel like they failed Dark Order by turning them heel to begin with. I feel like they were going to be successful if they just kept them face, but like the majority of what they had going for them was sympathy, and it was sympathy they never really did cash in on by giving them anything meaningful. And it's like, why would you turn them heel? They had their beloved leader die IRL. Why would you make people boo them? They don't want to boo Stu Grayson. They don't want to. They don't want to boo Budge.
You're talking about like more recent.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, like
Didn't Chris Jericho get burnt or something by pyro recently?
Yes, he did.
I heard it was overplayed. Like they made it out to be a bigger deal than what it actually was.
At least it wasn't Undertaker in Elimination Chamber getting burnt.
Is he gonna? Is he? Oh yeah, but he had legitimate heat for that. Yeah, that'd be funny if he came out like in a full body cast or something like rap and shit. Like he's just overplaying it.
I would love to see them play it up like that and have him and Roddy Strong facing off in dueling wheelchair screaming contests, and then they both slowly stand up and get in each other's face, screaming more and more, forgetting that they were injured and they accidentally get into each other's wheelchairs or something, and just shenanigans. Comedy stuff, like what Jericho should be doing instead of a serious fucking program in 2023. I'm sick of this angle. Get him off my screen.
Okay,
Listen,
so
he just
behind
needs to bring back the
commentary team,
bubbly.
guy in the beanie, is that Stephen Amell?
Say again, man.
Okay, when they go back to the commentary team, there's a guy in a gray beanie. Is that Stephen Amell? Because it looks like Stephen Amell.
When you said that, I looked at the screen and there was an Asian person with a green bottom flat bill. And I said, "No, Mike, that's not Stephen Amell."
Keep that in mind. Next time they show the commentary team, I think that's Stephen Amell behind them. But anyways, yeah, me and Breezy were saying like, why are they pairing Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho together? Okay,
That I saw that he was 3-0 with them, and I am completely against them. And I love Chris Jericho, but for the next 6 to 7 months, I have to hate Chris Jericho now because he's teaming with Kenny Omega.
hold on 1 second. All right, I'm fine. Kenny Omega has kept his theme song. That's the only thing I cared about.
Yeah, no more of the Carry On My Wayward Son.
No, like the reason why I like Kenny Omega's theme song in this match right now is because one of my favorite YouTubers did it.
So is he just a huge fan of Supernatural, or what was he
No,
coming
no,
up to that?
They actually reached out to the guy because the guy who did his theme song does a lot of like metal covers for like video games and stuff.
Yeah.
And Kenny is big on video games. And both the guy who does the cover for songs and Kenny are from Canada. So he reached out to the guy and said, "Hey, you like video games? I like video games. You're a pretty good dude. Do my theme song." And he did it. So
Mike,
that YouTuber did his theme song and got huge because of it.
like you know how I've been like rewatching The Walking Dead from the beginning.
Yes, unfortunately.
I'm now on this season.
You're now on what?
I'm on the season,
Which one's the season?
the one where most people stopped watching after the season finale or the premiere of the next season.
That's a lot. There's a lot of seasons like that.
Negan and Glenn and Abraham.
Oh, hey,
I know,
listen.
I know it's coming. I just started that season.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan is good.
I can tell you what though, up to this point, rewatching it, like just like having like pure like clarity on it. I think the Governor's my least favorite part about The Walking Dead up to that point.
Yeah, you were saying that the last podcast.
Yeah, I really didn't like him.
I hope this is a shorter match before we see Jericho turn on Omega.
Hopefully, it's
Jericho.
immediate that he just immediately turns on Omega because he
Jericho-
realizes that he's not a good wrestler.
Jericho's going to turn on. You can't trust Jericho. Like, listen. You have Christian and you have Jericho in the same company. Why are they not working a program together? Saying, "Hey, remember that one time when you took that bitch from me? Yeah, fuck you."
Would you want to see Jericho and Edge?
No, it's going to be Jericho and the Young Bucks.
No, listen. I would love to see Jericho, Edge, and Christian do a triple threat.
Ladder
Going to
match?
be the Elite Jericho Appreciation.
No, they just need to do a triple threat retirement match. Call it good.
Losers
We'll get a tag match with Edge and Christian versus the Hardys and like it.
Yeah, I can't do that because the Hardys are washed.
That's what's going to happen. They're
Didn't say they weren't.
At least Jeff Hardy. Matt
The
can still
Hardys-
do a little bit because his tailbone is luckily fused.
I was going to say, they have a spine and a set of legs between the two of them.
See,
Yeah.
here's the thing. It's not. See, like Jeff Hardy is. I feel
Broken.
bad. for
He's a
Jeff
broken
Hardy,
man.
but I feel bad for Jeff Hardy because like, it's his like it's his issue with addiction. Like, Jeff Hardy is actually decent in the ring. It's just like
Now?
it's his addiction issue that's made it worse and worse and worse and worse.
I think it's
whether or
more
not-
of the high impact style that he had for years on
I mean,
years on years on
that's-
taking ridiculous bumps on a regular basis. The drugs
That-
didn't help at all, but I feel like the big issue here is that he's taken too many hard hits.
Yeah, you can only literally throw your spine at a ladder so many times before it catches up to you.
Yeah,
See,
or
that's
jump
part
from.
of it, but,
It's like they were like, I don't know how he's doing this. How's his body holding up? And it's like, oh, don't worry, we'll find out.
See,
We'll
How is
find
this
out.
25-year-old's body possibly holding up to this damage? By being 25, I don't fucking know.
Now it's like,
Like-
how's this 49-year-old able to walk?
Have
He's
you ever been 25 and on a bunch of painkillers? Like, you'd be surprised what you could do.
yeah.
Why do you think they keep Jeff Hardy off of TV now? Like they barely put him on TV because Tony Khan flat out said if Jeff Hardy fucks up one more time, he's done.
That should have been like Victory Road TNA. He should already have been done back then.
Yeah, but back then he could at least wrestle good enough to make up for it, you know? Like, he was
Yeah.
entertaining. You can't deny the crowd loved him, so...
Yeah, especially whenever he had that custom
No.
title he came out with and everything. I was like, holy shit, that's cool.
But I mean, at the same time, they're saying he can't walk anymore, and some people are surprised for some reason. And I'm like, this is a guy who you would think went downstairs by just falling from one floor to the next. Like, he didn't have stairs in his house. He had a circle that he could fall on.
You know who I'm surprised who can still walk? Ric Flair. Because he says that he still has one more match left in him.
Dude, he's one of those that he would rather die in a wrestling ring than die
Ric
in a
Flair-
nursing home.
I'm surprised Ric Flair can walk because that would require being mostly sober.
When it comes to Evolution, Ric Flair, Batista, Randy Orton, and Triple H, Ric Flair is the only member that has the most recent match as of right now. Because Randy's been out for over a year.
I think I was the one who told you that in the group chat.
I've
Was
seen
that
a lot of
Randy?
those.
Ric Flair was the most recent. I think so, yeah.
And then that popped up on my newsfeed like 3 times this week.
Yeah.
I think I pointed that out like 4 months ago or something, like right after Ric Flair's match.
Yeah, Ric Flair was on Kill Tony a while ago. I don't know if you guys are aware what Kill Tony is, but it's like it's a comedy show where a bunch of comedians just get on there and they just kind of roast each other. It started in COVID and they put Ric Flair on there, but he was not aware that you would make fun of people in a negative way, and he was pretty much just like, I'm not gonna make fun of people, and nobody's gonna make fun of me. And they're like, oh, it's okay, we'll be your best friend through. They were trying to coach him through it, and they made fun of Ric Flair for being drunk or something. And he's like, you know what, I'm fucking out of here, like, and he dipped. Like he was just like, I'm not gonna be a part of this. I'm not gonna ruin my legacy. And I was like, what legacy you got left, buddy? Like. Anyways.
My cousin who doesn't watch wrestling just said, is that Chris Jericho? He looks like Meatloaf. I'm like the dish or the singer.
Listen, Chris Jericho is still in incredible shape for his age.
You say that while saying Kenny Omega can't wrestle, and I can only laugh. You cannot like his style, but to say he can't wrestle is a bit unfair.
Okay, I want to counter.
I do dislike all of the no selling. That does get to me. So that's why I was saying you can dislike the style, but Kenny Omega's smooth as shit.
I
Well,
want to counter Krieger's argument and say that like it's not Chris Jericho in the best shape of his life right now. It's Billy Gunn.
I'm not saying that Chris Jericho is in the best shape of his life. I'm saying that Chris Jericho has been one of the most consistent wrestlers of all time.
My big issue with Jericho and AEW is just that he gets put into a feud, and then that feud does not fucking die. Like, the feud lasts as long as a Batista return. Like, just slightly too long, every time.
Yeah,
The last Batista returned, he tripped into the ring.
I miss Blue Tista.
And then you have Goldberg getting a fight with a door on his way out to get murdered in the middle of Saudi Arabia.
Listen, I'm still kind of a Goldberg fan, okay?
You can't be. I don't know how anybody could be a Goldberg fan to this day.
I can sit there and say that his match with Taker was god awful.
Yeah, have you watched the documentary on that?
Yes, because Goldberg got a concussion and there was the fucking heat wave.
Goldberg can't wrestle.
Oh, Jericho seems busted open the hard way on his arm. I think he might be injured here. I don't know. Oh!
A little scrape.
Even Jericho's move.
A little scrapey scrape.
Scrapey scrape. I don't think you can jump from there, Mouse.
But yeah, I think it's different from my perspective because when I look at Kenny Omega, I didn't see him till later on. I grew up on Chris Jericho, so there's like a nostalgia thing where you're like, this guy's a childhood hero and he's still around doing stuff when a lot of people are retired. Kenny Omega is just somebody that it was convenient for me to start hating within the last like 10 years or so.
I got my parrot back.
Kenny Omega is kind of like pro wrestling in general. You either got into it whenever you were like young enough to appreciate it, or you're never going to like it now.
Yeah.
Okay, like I want to make a comparison with Krieger and Kenny Omega when it comes to me and another wrestler, and
I was
that's
about
me
to
and
make that one.
Charlotte. That's me and Charlotte Flair.
Oh.
Like I can understand that Charlotte Flair is one of the better women's wrestlers in wrestling history, but like it's the goddamn fucking hype to her, and the fact that Vince is like, here's Charlotte Flair, let's shove her down our throats and go.
Mike,
hey, she's our
my
champion."
defense of Charlotte Flair is, you remember whenever we first started watching NXT, that was when the quote unquote women's revolution was going through. Whenever women's wrestling was really bad, like we'd make jokes like Brie Bella and everybody would be coming on, and we'd be like, oh, time to go take a piss break because it was terrible. And then it got to the NXT women's division, and we're like, holy shit, this is really a solid division. And Charlotte Flair is one of the people that put that on the map. And granted, I do think that they gave her way too many titles. She shouldn't be anywhere close to Ric Flair's record this early in her career.
That's my problem with her. That's my problem with her is that she's gotten too much TV time. It's the fact that, like, yeah, Charlotte Flair is a good wrestler, but there is a
I think she's a great
To
wrestler.
me, it's also like the fact that her mic skills are kind of sus at best. She plays the one character exactly, and she plays it well. But every single promo sounds exactly the same. Has the same tone, the same pace. She's a great wrestler, but she needs better promo work, which is ironic considering she's a Flair. That's the one thing Rick did well,
Well,
did
Rick have a good variety of characters though?
Rick had cocaine, so that's what he had.
See, it's the same thing. Rick was very good at one thing, and that's what she needs to focus on. Cocaine. Yeah, he was styling, profiling, womanizer. Fucking. That's what she needs to do, but not the womanizing part.
You saying she needs to do cocaine?
It would probably help.
Every tone, it's like she starts real slow and talks like this, and builds into this to end. That is every promo from Charlotte.
Yeah,
and it's not that she can't be compelling; it's just so repetitive.
Yeah, her promo style is exactly like mine, though. If you ever
listen, I feel like I'm listening to a teacher who speaks in monotone, like a college professor, when I listen to her cut a promo.
This last year, we ran live promos for the Wrestling League, and anybody that would listen to me, they were just like, "Hey, listen, you're solid, but you're saying the same thing. It's just like I'm the greatest, I'm the best, and it's just like real monotone, and it's like that's what it makes me think of. It's like so I resonate with the Flairs on being good at just one style. Like I don't
Okay,
have range.
here's
So, like, she doesn't have a different style between being face and heel either. Like, it's
Yeah.
still just, I'm better than you, and that's why I get a title shot. And then management's like, oh, she's right.
I want to legitimately
Yeah.
ask you guys a question, like both you and Krieger, and like I I got a feeling that Krieger is going to try to interrupt halfway through what Breezy's going to say. But how
Okay.
has Rhea Ripley been as women's champion?
Underwhelming. She's just really not been given much to do.
I mean,
She is
she
she
hasn't.
is very legitimate and deserving as champion, but the
She
stuff
hasn't
they've
been.
given her to do has just been squash matches, and like she's put on really good matches, but it's
Yeah,
also like you go into them already knowing who's gonna win. Like her and Zoe Stark, I'm sure are gonna be a great match, but does anyone believe Zoe Stark's winning that match?
So I
I
feel
mean,
like
like the
I
only
feel like
match that
here's the
I've
issue.
seen, the only match I've seen her do that was bullshit was that Saudi Arabia show that she did against Natalia, and it was like 10 seconds, and that was it.
Here's my
Why
take
do
on it.
Natalia like that? That's rude.
Yeah, I think that Rhea Ripley is fantastic overall. I mean, she's got good ring presence. She's got a good character build. Social media preference, like everything you want in a champion, she's there. And she, solid character, pushing the boundaries on things as far as women's wrestling. But I think the major issue is lack of competition because there's nobody else in WWE that's in the women's division that's on that same level of pushing boundaries. That's good overall on the level where she's at, where she's captivating with the audience. She's got good storytelling. It's like it's just a different level, and it feels like it's just not even close.
It really does
That's
feel
her
like the
issue.
person that's going to usurp Rhea is currently on NXT.
Yeah. So, um, it's like she's fantastic, and she's hit a point where you're like, holy shit, like that's unexpected. But it's like, who's she gonna fight? You
So
know?
the big problem to me right now with it is we all know right now from Survivor Series up until about January, WWE is just on stall mode. They're kind of like, we're going to give filler feuds. This is their filler arc. It's their Life of Pi era.
Yeah.
uh, Slice of life, rather. So they're putting it on pause until we get to see Rhea versus Becky. Is what they're building towards, and that's why we're going to get Raquel Gonzalez in there over and over again. Whose entire gimmick is back is big, and then you've got Zoe Stark, who's gonna be there but isn't quite yet. But it's like you could easily have elevated Zoe Stark to that level, and I feel like they've done a good job of it. It's more just there's not been enough of a build to this feud to believably have Zoe Stark take the title off of her. I don't think it's a talent issue with Zoe Stark. I think she's good enough to be the champion. It's just this feud doesn't feel worthy of Rhea losing the title to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A champion as dominant as her. First of all, you know she's carrying it till Mania. So that kills a lot of anticipation for any feud, regardless of what they do. But I feel like the other part of it is just the feud doesn't fit a title drop right now. There's
No.
not been enough build.
And I think one thing that WWE is kind of lacking on is they have an issue with lack of predictable. I mean, they're too predictable on who's going to win and retain championships because they have longtime champions. It's like they got to mix it up. Because what they have Gunther, they have Roman Reigns, Rhea Ripley. Those are just three offhand that have a whole. The only thing that
Seth
remotely
Rollins has
ever
held the belt
changes,
for a long time too. I mean,
yeah,
Only have
and
one
Rollins.
face champion. The rest are
Rollins is
heel
staying.
champions.
The only thing that's been remotely surprising the last several months is the fact that number one, they gave Rey Mysterio the U.S. title, and then number two, they gave what's his face the U.S. title recently. It's like that was the only thing, and him automatically is already disrespect. I don't know if you guys seen the stuff online about the Paul dude that he's like posting pictures in the shower with like the U.S. belt on, saying he's talking to his girlfriend with it on. It's like I know that's your character, but it's like that's like page levels if you've seen the videos of things to do with WWE titles. And then he took it
a
to a
little bit
pawn
too close
shop.
to home, yeah.
Yeah, and then and then he took it to a pawn shop and tried to sell it for like $100,000 and stuff. And it's like, I know he's not seriously doing that, and it's just a character, but it's like it's so disrespectful.
The only thing that would have made it better is if he'd have been trying to sell it for Bitcoin or something, some kind of crypto.
Yeah, or a Pokemon card. If he trades it to a Pokemon card, he just comes out to the
He
ring
needs
with
to make a YouTube video saying, "I challenge CoffeeZilla, and if he beats me, I'll pay back those kids."
Yeah. Like, holy shit.
So I do have a little bit of a fan booking for the whole World Heavyweight Championship with Seth and stuff. So obviously, you know how Drew recently joined up with Judgment Day, at least softly.
Yeah.
So I remember a while back, JD gave Damien a new briefcase. So my theory is, what if the new briefcase doesn't actually have the contract in it, and the old one still has the contract? So when Priest goes to cash it in, the referee's like, "There's no contract in here," and they're like, "What?" And then all of a sudden, McIntyre's music hits, and he comes out and cashes in on Seth, and that was the whole deal to get him in to help out with the Judgment Day to begin with.
Well, if they
Maybe
did
between
that,
him and Rhea.
if they did that, then when his music hits, it needs to be Broken Dreams.
Oh, that would be great, but it will never happen. They'd have to pay for the music again.
Have you seen him on TikTok?
I mean, I know he's made reference to it, but that's not the same as putting it on TV.
Well, no, he's directly he's made a couple of videos on TikTok saying that they were actually really close to letting him use it recently, and it was like down to the wire, and they're like, you know what, let's just save it for a better time. So he said eventually it's coming back. We just need to figure out the right time when to do it.
That would be awesome. That was my favorite theme of his by far.
Yeah,
I actually, somewhere if I can find it, have a CD case from Shaman's Harvest because I went to one of their concerts and they signed it for me. I bought the lead singer a beer and we raced to see who could drink it fastest. And holy shit, I barely got to the label and he was already ordering a second beer.
this dude inhaled it.
Dude, he didn't just like drink it. He sucked it through because that's the only way liquid moves that quickly. It doesn't fall that fast.
Oh my gosh.
Like watching fucking Kirby or something.
Man. But yeah, Mike, they delayed Arc again, so my life will be not taken over for at least a couple more days.
It's been a pretty good match overall, but it's still doing that same thing where it's like, this should have been the finish.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they put on a pretty good match. I can't hate. Obviously, you can see I'm going to be biased because I am a Kenny Omega fan. Just look at my shirt.
Yeah.
Like, that's a sick shirt at least, right? Come on. Look.
I'm sure that if you liked Kenny Omega, you could see how that's a sick shirt.
That's fair.
You guys like
It's not a damn Infinity Gauntlet, man.
do you guys like my hoodie? It's Under Armour. Pretty cool.
Probably about like the price of 4 of these shirts, yeah.
Yeah, it was $100. Got it in middle school. Still fits me. And I didn't pay for it. My buddy got it for me.
Hard to get better value than free.
I know. I got my Xbox One for free, the one that Myke actually has. I sold it to him.
Oh, we're gonna see a Kenny Omega turn?
I still haven't come up with that profit yet, though, Mike.
I don't know.
I have it on my sticky note here. You have $4 for the adapter. That's the cheapest thing.
So when do you think Don Callis is gonna run in?
Who? I thought Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks were homies.
That's kind of the whole story building here, is that he had partnered up with Chris Jericho to face the Don Callis family, and the Bucks were like, "Yo, WTF, mate? You literally have a tag team that you're friends with." And then it started a whole jealousy arc because apparently the Bucks don't like Jericho. So it's like the reverse for you. Like, you don't like Kenny Omega, so you can't enjoy Jericho and Omega.
Yeah.
Now imagine the reverse with the Young Bucks. They're like, "Hey, this guy sucks. What are you doing, man?"
Yeah.
So then naturally they're fighting again because we needed another elite breakup angle again.
Another one, perfect.
Neither Jericho or Omega could be doing anything better than a tag match. Which, again, I'm giving them their props. This has been a really good match.
Yeah. It's been a good match. It's just you gotta understand the level of hate that I have for the people in the ring. I only like one of the 3 or 4 people in the entire thing, and I'm just
Well, if there's one thing I know, it's telling somebody over and over and over again that they need to like somebody they hate is the best way to convince them. So
hey,
I'll just tell you, go back and watch Omega versus Ospreay if nothing else, because those matches were all pretty good.
honestly, that happened with me with Roman Reigns. I hated him for the longest time, and eventually I was like, you know what? He's kind of cool.
That's everybody because he finally got good booking.
Yeah, and he got he's so much better on the mic than he used to be. So much better.
That's because he gets to be himself. He's not doing suffering succotash bullshit.
Yeah, yeah. And it's like everything he says becomes a meme online, and it's even funnier.
I remember that 1997 Halloween Havoc match Jericho was having, which weirdly enough, the only thing I can't remember is who he was facing now. No, it wasn't Rey Mysterio. But they had him in in some kind of a submission, and he's just yelling, "Help me! Help me!" It's just so funny.
Jericho has some good yelling moments. What was the one where some audience member was yelling at him to go back somewhere, and he's like, "I'm from Quebec, you idiot!" Or some shit
You jackass! The best part of that clip is the Big Show's laugh.
Oh yeah.
I really thought, especially with Don Callis on commentary, that he was going to be running down at some point. Man, why? So, and I know you guys are a little behind me, but I'm assuming you're caught up by now. But why in the fuck are the Young Bucks, who have a championship match opportunity anytime they want it, first of all, not fighting for the championships at a pay-per-view, but second, losing to a ragtag team of Jericho and Omega? Like, at least with the Don Callis family, it made some sense because they're all relatively new as a team. But, like, the Young Bucks are one of the longest established tag teams in wrestling, and you have them losing to 2 people that don't even really get along very well.
Well, you could make that same argument whenever Batista and John Cena were thrown together as a team. They beat
And I did. That was annoying too. I hate when single stars beat tag teams. It's fucking stupid. And they're gonna challenge for your tag titles, and you buried them to single stars that don't get along.
Because what was it? The Miz? Was it the Miz and John Morrison at that time, where they were like super established, like fighting DX and things like that, and they're just like, yeah, they're gonna job out to John Cena and Batista. Like, okay.
We're having tag teams lose in the handicap matches to Roman Reigns and shit like a while back. I'm like, what are you doing?
He's on God mode. You can't fuck with him. You know, my creative superstar this last year looked a lot like Roman. Like, I just wanted to make a character I liked, and I went out and he just looked a lot like Roman Reigns, and people were like, man, he's just Roman Reigns ripoff. So then I made my entrance look exactly like
I'm so sad about the patch changing all of the or disallowing all of our mods and stuff just because of the sound editor. Like, I had custom theme songs I'd made for like LA Knight. Like, I created it, like modded a song that I enjoyed better for him. In fact, I'm gonna pull it up in a second because I want to. Damn it!
At one time,
and it's like now I can't use it anymore because sound editor doesn't work as of this most recent patch. I'm like, why? I play offline. Just let me enjoy things. My life is sad, man. Let me have this.
Yeah. See, for our YouTube videos, I would do a cover, and then I'd just record everybody's entrance, and I'd mute the actual everything but the crowd on the game audio during their entrances, and I'd put the custom ones on, and that'd be kind of cool. But then you run into copyright because WWE's a douchebag, and you got to find shitty covers people have done.
All right, here I'm gonna go ahead and play it because I'm proud of it, and I don't get to use it anymore now. So,
it's like at least somebody gets to see it. Nice. I'm guessing you're pro LA Knight.
I love him. Actually, yeah.
It's like
But also, I just thought this really did suit his entrance.
yeah, no, that's a good one.
Really thought I'd recorded this in 720p. Or like HD. I don't know what happened with the upload, but oh well. I'm not a YouTuber. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I used to be on some outdated like capture cards and stuff, and it would end up like that whenever we uploaded things.
Oh yeah, I added Pyro too because I thought it needed it right there.
Yeah, classic WWE entrances.
So the other idea that I had is, and it's because I hear it every time they come out, is I want to take the Bullet Club's entrance.
We'll do Black Waves because it's not that hard.
My bad. I want to take a Bullet Club's theme and just after it goes Bullet Club and add gold from Gold Member.
Yeah.
Like that's the only change.
Oh man.
Yeah, I was stupidly proud of that theme. I was like, that's honestly hilarious to me personally. So,
Yeah.
which it should be since I made it. It'd be stupid if I made it and I was like, this fucking sucks. I'm gonna upload it.
I've been there before. It's like I'll just make a short. I'll get a subscriber or two. Call it good.
I decided for my universe mode, whenever I play it now, like instead of just recording videos of it or whatever, I'm just gonna save screenshots and I'm making them into comic books just because I think the format really works for it. I think it looks pretty cool.
Hey, some of our best videos that got subscribers were shorts on Overwatch of me just being completely stupid and doing stupid shit and saying I'll put the pro gamer hashtag on and then people just inevitably, Overwatch, they just shit on it to the grave.
He's coming out on crutches.
Adam Cole, baby.
What is this shit?
You feel like the Miz could play Johnny Cage?
He was never given an audition.
I think John Morrison could play him better.
John
course,
Morrison, or
it-
Johnny Nitro, or Johnny Mundo, or Johnny.
I mean Johnny Combat.
Yeah. The man of 1,000 names.
So how was Adam Cole gonna do this?
He's gonna lay down for him. I'm telling you, man.
He's gonna try his best. That's what's gonna happen. I feel like an interference is going to be happening in this match.
Roddy's gonna come out and compete. It's gonna be a Roderick Strong match.
Adam.
That should just be his theme. Just him screaming, Adam!
No, because End of Heartache is a good theme song. You can't take that away from him.
Remember when people thought Adam Cole was going to the main roster in WWE?
He had a cup of coffee there.
Where's Juice?
I'm sorry, where the fuck is Juice Robinson?
That's what I was asking. Where's Juice Robinson?
And also, I'd assume that the interference was going to end up being the devil, whoever it is. Britt Baker.
Watch it be Jungle Boy.
Swear to God.
Plot twist. It's
You will
Slim
hear like booing, but it'll be like go away booing, not like, oh, it's a heel, boo this man. It'll be like, why are you on my screen? Why are you in my ring? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Plot twist. The devil was right back.
James Ellsworth.
What is
Colin
that?
What the hell is that?
What?
Oh, that one really cringe promo whenever the Ellsworth's in the ring with the females and Charlotte's just like, I'll make you look like Ellsworth, and then Raquel immediately responded, or no, it wasn't Raquel, it was
Mina.
Tamina, and she's like, oh, I'll make you look like Ellsworth. It's like, okay.
I legitimately said, am I having a stroke?
This sounds familiar.
I feel like this whole devil thing's gonna come to a head tonight.
Can at least come to a mask.
Gonna be Santina's return.
No, I'm telling you, it's Britt Baker.
I think it's Britt Baker.
Seriously, Cole should be allowed to use a crutch.
I guarantee you somebody's getting hit with a crutch in this match.
That or Cole is just gonna reveal he's pretending and just like straight up sprint at him. Be like, surprise, motherfucker. Or go for the swerve, have never mind, hold up.
All right, guys, we are sitting about the 3-hour mark on the podcast, so I think we'll continue watching this, but we're gonna go ahead and sign out of the podcast here since we've got enough content.
I think
Myke.
we should finish it up.
Myke, if you wanna,
I think we should finish it with this match because we're on the main event.
Yeah, this is the last match.
what if it takes half an hour?
I mean, you can just record it separately so that you have it if you want it. Just go off live and add this if you end up liking it or something.
That's true. Okay, we'll keep it running then. On our special extended cut.
And you already have your outro in case you don't keep it, you know? You did your outro, you're good.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Nobody has to know this part of the conversation happened.
Yeah, and to be honest, like our members don't watch 3 hours into our podcast anyway, so we'll be all right.
Hey, we'll get there eventually.
They look for this one. You got me on here now, man.
Yeah, there you go. We're gonna
They'll
have
be like-
averages.
They'll be like, it's really cool of them to bring on somebody with a disability and let him speak his piece.
yeah.
I'm like a general store. You name them, I got them when it comes to disabilities.
And it's nice to mix it up and have different people on all the time. So
Plus, I had an energy drink, so I can't shut the fuck up now. No.
there you go. That's why anytime that we do the podcast, I try and drink at least 1 or 2 beers. Though.
I'm more of a smoker myself, but I also try to use push to talk so no one hears me dying.
This ain't gonna end well.
Well, if they use the fusion dance, they'll have 2 legs.
So then the devil is Adam Cole, right? That's why he's out there and he's not competing.
He did the backstab again.
Didn't he do the fist hug thing? Isn't that supposed to be a backstab?
Yeah. He did that to Roddy.
That's just a conspiracy theory.
There's a sign in the crowd that says, I'm a poor.
Comes before.
Gotta imagine that this opens Tony Khan up to a contract, letting him go out there and defend his title like this.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Khan's in the back, like, if we let him get injured, WWE won't want him.
We're gonna tear his ACL 3 different ways tonight, boys.
We're gonna tear his ACL, his PCL, his MCL, his CDL.
Meniscus.
CDL.
He's never gonna be able to drive a semi for the rest of his life.
We're gonna get him certified as a tractor and everything. Ryan's over here going full South Park. He jerked my jerk.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where Juice is. Did one of the guys get hit with a TV this past week?
Wait, who?
I was gonna say, like, I was still trying to figure out where Juice is, but then I said that didn't one of the Club Gold members get hit with a TV?
Maybe. I'd assume that Juice is also just gonna show up later.
So Mike,
Could be selling it.
they made a change on Overwatch
Oh yeah,
that you might like.
what's that?
They gave Roadhog a trap. How you feel about that? But they gave him a trap. They didn't take anything away from him. They just gave him a trap.
Why?
Well, they took away his one shot. They reduced all his damage and everything, and he was just like a throw pick. Like you're gonna lose if you pick him. And then they were like, well, let's just give him a trap. So now he has his hook, a trap, and his ridiculous amount of healing.
Why would I like that?
Well, that was extreme sarcasm I was having.
Okay.
Because my buddies are playing Junkrat, and I'm playing Roadhog, and I'm just fucking hooking them into infinite traps.
Say I don't main as Roadhog.
Now, usually you main against as people that would not like to face a Roadhog, especially one that can hook you into a trap.
Lucio.
Yeah. And his trap also, if you're just in the vicinity, slows you as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a Lucio running by, he can just shut you down.
Gotta wonder why they would even risk using so much interference and risk them getting kicked out and stuff when MJF's already so injured he can't walk. Like, do you really need help, man? Come on.
Just making sure.
Like, I know you're heels, but that's just, overkill.
It's the guns. Here's the thing: they're gonna send the guns out of here, and then they're gonna continue the match, and then Adam Cole's gonna turn on MJF. That's what's gonna happen.
That's not true.
I called it. I called it.
They're going to be best friends, and they're going to hug at the end of this match.
Or Roddy is going to be like, "Here, have my neck brace. Up your ass."
You know, since I moved in, my door sometimes, like the inside of it, looks like it was damaged a little bit. And I was like, man, if I don't lock my door, it kind of swings open sometimes. You know, like our old apartment did. And I was just looking at it, and one of the fucking pins wasn't all the way in. And that's why it was doing that.
I didn't think that someone was breaking in.
That would be.
Yeah, so just a little hammer to it, and then it's all fixed. And that's why it's important to know basic home maintenance, boys.
Wonder if we'll see Samoa Joe come out at some point, just because he's like, I have a title match with MJF, not against whoever the champion is. So like he needs MJF to hold the title or something. But I think we're gonna see some shenanigans with the devil, and I don't know.
What's the name of the pay-per-view at the end of the year called?
This one right here is Full Gear.
Oh yeah, there's one more at the end of the year though. They're having one more show.
Wrestle Dream? Is that it?
No,
You say
like
Wrestle Ben?
Wrestle
like
Dream.
that. It's like end something, but like somebody was theorizing that it's going to be like MJF versus like Wardlow and Samoa Joe and all these people that are coming up and challenging him for the title and everything. And It's gonna kind of tie in with the whole like bid of 2024.
Oh, World's End? Is it World's End?
CM Punk's coming back.
Did you watch that movie? The bus CM Punk?
He's coming back.
I hope not, because I'll just piss aggressively on my TV screen.
Yeah, Mike, is the pay-per-view World's End?
Yeah, well, it's in. That's what it is, because I think that's what it's called.
Was that the name of a Pirates of the Caribbean movie?
Yes.
I thought it was the name of like 3 of them.
Tony Khan must have just got. Let's see, he's biting. Yeah.
Nom, 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 nom.
MJF's not dropping the title, yo boys.
The devil is gonna drop this happen.
MJF is literally the GOAT.
Oh, guess what? This is the
What?
first time I'm gonna see a kangaroo kick live.
A kangaroo kick?
Yeah, kangaroo kick. Ready?
I don't think he's going to be able to get it off.
Are you sure about that?
That's a funny move. Did
Kangaroo
he really
kick.
just do a kip up when he's supposed to have like a torn quad?
Well, he's selling it.
I know what.
Wait, does Adam have gray in his beard?
He is a man in his mid to late 30s.
Well, I would say that it's because of Roddy. Because Roddy was like, "Can you cut my yard? Can you mow my lawn? Can you turn my TV on?"
It's actually because Roddy wanted him to have the extra cushion for his neck safety.
Yeah.
That's true.
You
If
I
Stone
really
Cold
hope
would have still had his hair, he would have not broken his neck.
I really hope that like once they get past this fucking like neck shit with Roddy, that they keep this fucking End of Heartache theme song with him so he can go back to being serious. Because like, why would you give a really good Killswitch Engage song to a superstar who's like my neck, my back, my neck, and my neck? I saw that. I saw that, Breezy.
Shoulders, heads, knees, and toes.
You know, you gotta wonder why every wrestler doesn't do that when they get Irish whipped, just fall.
Yeah.
Because they're not that good. Wait, is Switchblade's finisher Bray Wyatt's finisher?
Oh. I'm kind of
Breezy,
gonna make a joke.
Breezy, is Jay White's finisher basically the Sister Abigail? Or am I wrong?
Worth noting that Jay White is undefeated going into this match, so.
That was a nice kick by MJF.
Well, he definitely can't win then.
Quick, go look at your screen.
What about it?
Shut up.
Why?
You wouldn't leave Bray Wyatt alone.
Oh, because you heard the part about the joke I was making. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, you leave Bray Wyatt alone.
Assume some kind of joke affiliated with finisher. There you go.
Because you have to let him in.
I don't think that door's open. That's why that's the last one. That's the last one.
Man, I hate that they're running this, like, stupid pre-injured angle thing that they're doing with them. It's like, we've had, like, 2 fucking months of MJF chasing Jay White building to this match. And then when they finally have contact and are wrestling, you not only have interference, but like you've also got to have him going in injured and stuff. It's like we couldn't have just had a like actual match to watch, you know? Because like in matches where one of the guys are injured, kind of have to be done a certain way, or else it's just really boring until you get to the conclusion.
I mean,
Like
well,
there's, or I don't know.
correct me if I'm wrong. But wasn't that like 90% of Triple H's matches in 2003 to 2004?
Because he'd still wrestle through that.
Yeah, that was a lot of it. There's also a lot of Seth Rollins run for a while, leading up to Brock Lesnar and stuff,
And Shinsuke Nakamura.
and Triple H.
I know about your back.
And Sami Zayn. Watch it end in a double count out.
I wasted my time with this stream for this. I love how like MJF is like a face, but he fights like a heel still.
And yet he still won't take a count out victory for some reason.
Because he's a fighting champion.
But he's a scumbag. Take the count out victory. Be a scumbag.
He's just a lovable heel.
Yeah.
Taz is really fucking short.
Taz has also gained a lot of weight. Did you know that in that corner, did you know that in that corner, Krieger, next
Oh
to
my god.
He got to it.
Botchamania. That's gonna go on Botchamania right there.
I'm not the table.
Dude literally rolled him onto the table and the table fucking broke.
that's
Flip
the
it.
table.
We gotta send it to Matthew.
Oh
the table.
my. Oh my god.
Just
But,
still recording, right? We can send that to Matthew.
Yeah, we can send that to Matthew.
Hi, Matthew.
Oh
But,
my goodness. Myke,
so
what is
what?
this? What is this?
what is what?
This is supposed to be one of the best wrestling companies in the world. Yet they botched so bad that I'm pretty sure he hit his elbow on that too. Did it look like MJF hurt his arm on that table that was angled that way?
Yeah, it looks like he bumped it, but I don't think he's actually hurt.
I'm not saying it's
He
one of
doesn't
the
know
best.
what had on. He's fine.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
it's one of the best. I'm saying it's a good
Let's see.
alternative.
Let's see it.
Look, no one's ever said AEW doesn't have production issues here and there.
Yeah, I know. That was my big takeaway before, because the last one I watched was the fireworks match.
Oh, they get annoying. It's like, did you ever see the Take 21 clip?
I did not.
It's literally a backstage segment on Collision interviewing Keith Lee that they come back from commercial, and you see the fucking clip, like the clip thing that they use for movies, and they say Collision, Take 21, and then it cuts to the interview.
You know, I've
Just that
noticed
the wrestling itself is good enough to make up for it the majority of the time, so you deal with it. It's just like WWE has bad spots here and there, but AEW does have a much more.
Max,
time
that
when-
is not your fur nor your ring. You're licking my leg.
Remember whenever Shawn Michaels did a moonsault through a table and the table didn't break, broke his
You
ribs?
mean every time he did that?
Yeah,
You remember any Nia Jax match?
I try not
No.
to.
My hole.
Mhm.
There's your soundboard. My hole.
How quickly do you think she regretted saying that?
Considering how the rest of her career is gone, I don't think that's the thing to be regretting. Like, she came back and I was like, oh, look, it's worse Piper Niven.
I was so glad. Didn't she like tear both her quads at one point and had left for a long time?
Didn't know she was a McMahon.
Yeah.
Would explain why he likes her so much, I guess. They have a lot in common.
She is not like most girls.
I mean, she could go down as one of the greatest heels of all time. Just by being herself.
No, because that's, to a certain extent, people still want to see heels.
That's true.
Oh, nice.
That was a good spot.
I will say that you can ask Krieger and you can ask Lyson that in the past, I've always said that MJF needs to work on his ring work. I will say that since this program with Adam Cole and all of them, his ring work has improved.
That's one
So
of the big
now,
drawbacks that I've heard a lot of people talk negative about MJF. He's great on the mic. He's great in the character work, but he's just not that good in the ring.
He's also really young, though.
he's gotten
Yeah.
better. He's gotten a lot better since working with him, with Adam Cole and them.
He's also improved quite a bit very quickly, which is, very inspiring. His match with Kenny Omega was really good, too. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was.
Oh
Yeah.
Actually, Daniel Garcia. Good God. Daniel Garcia, hands down, was great.
That fucking Iron Man match with Bryan Danielson,
Oh my
that match
god.
was amazing.
Bro, I just hit a buffer right before they did the spot.
I saw
That's in the
spot.
chat.
It was basically a Sunbow suplex. Or Uranagi.
The suplex that good make Taz a little bit taller if he leans forward.
I still think Adam Cole's going to turn on them.
We still haven't seen the devil, but you gotta imagine it's gonna cut to black and we'll see some spooky shit on the Tron, and then the lights will come back on, and the devil will be in the ring, and Britt Baker will be standing there, and Adam will be like, "What?"
If you go back and watch the Devil and the masked people attacking the Acclaimed, one of the people that are like masked, like the black figures, was like freakishly tall. One of them has to be Wardlow.
Also, one of them has Roddy's exact stance and body figure and everything. Like Roddy stands in a very particular way. One of them straight up Roddy Strong. Like you can just tell by his body language.
All right, so hear me out. Vladimir Kozlov comes back.
Okay, you had me until you said Vladimir Kozlov.
Oh,
I know that was the first thing you said, but
I'm guessing you were not a fan of good old Vlad.
I didn't like how he was used more than anything.
He was the best dance partner that Santino ever had.
How dare you disrespect the great Khali?
Bro, I remember watching wrestling with my grandma, and she was always in and out on it, and I was just like, "Listen, grandma," like I was trying to defend it. I was like, "It's funny sometimes, but most of the time it's really good." Here, watch this next segment, and goddamn it, the next segment was goddamn Santino versus Vladimir Kozlov in a dance-off. It's like, okay.
If it makes you feel any better, my dad's first exposure to wrestling was the Mark Henry Mae Young thing with the hand.
Oh god.
That's when he chose to walk into the room.
It's never like like The Rock versus Triple H or anything. It's just things like that.
This is why I'm so glad when I started watching wrestling, it was The Rock and Steve Austin 3.
My earliest memory of a match is The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, like Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the very earliest thing.
Sister Abigail.
See, this is when Roddy should run out right now. Just be like, I can't stand by and watch these maneuvers as a advocate for neck health.
That was a good tombstone.
Roddy Piper?
Roddy Strong.
No.
Roddy.
I was like, that'd be impressive if he could run out.
He's a maniac. Maniac loves you. Maniac loves you like he loves his kids.
Well, surprisingly, there's been a significant lack of interference in this match.
Because they got kicked out for interfering too much too early.
Yeah. This is a good thing.
They tried to murder his leg.
Allegedly.
It was on camera.
It was on camera. For a guy who has an injured quad, he's kicking Jay's ass.
Like, I'm going to let you in on a secret here. His
What?
quad's not actually injured.
Well, I know.
And Santa Claus isn't real. I'm sorry.
With that
Wrestling is fake.
It's still real to me, damn it. That one guy in the bleachers.
Here's my thing about MJF now. He has improved in the ring, but he still has that stupid pile driver finisher.
I don't have a problem with that.
I hate it. Oh my god! What the fuck?
Okay, what about that, Mike? You got a problem with that?
No, because that was Randy Orton out of nowhere.
That was a spring. Just did a fucking over the top rope springboard cutter. Like, come on.
He did no, he didn't springboard. He jumped over the rope and did
Yeah.
it. Look, he RKO'd his ass
They need
over
to add that in the game.
That's the yeet board. It's not a springboard.
Dude,
You have to yeet your fucking body. It's not a springboard.
dude. Too bad Randy can't do that, or he might fucking break his body in half.
Yeah.
Randy's going to be out even longer just having seen that spot if he's watching.
The only way Randy would ever do that spot is if it was at WrestleMania, so we could
And
get
if, and if
a
he knew that
million
he-
replays.
The only way Randy Orton would do that spot is if it was somebody in a Randy Orton mask.
and if no, I was gonna say the only way Randy Orton would do that is if he knew it was gonna be his last match, and it was
Like
gonna
how-
be a count out.
Like how many replays did his fucking RKO out of curb stomp have? Like,
As much as the Evan Bourne one did.
I think the Evan Bourne one is his best.
It's always argued that his shooting star to RKO versus the stomp to the RKO are always the top two he's done.
No, he's had some other salt. I don't think the stomp was that. I mean, the stomp was good, but I think that was more of him later in his career, just trying to innovate and keep things up. I don't think that's like peak
I
RKO.
think for the time period that it was in, and yes, he was still fresh and new and everything, but I think his best like RKO counter was against Undertaker at WrestleMania 21. It was it was a little rusty, but like his choke slam into an RKO, I think, was one of his best.
My personal favorite is pretty much any time he hit it on Reigns out of a spear, or just anyone out of a spear. Those always looked smooth.
What about any RKO he hit on Miro or Rusev? Because Rusev always fucking like dope head first.
I liked whenever he would go around punting people. Like, oh wait, Randy Orton, that was really good.
All right, can they stop zooming in on MJF's crotch? It's getting weird now.
Yeah.
Do you remember Randy Orton's RKO on RVD when RVD went fucking complete
Listen.
goddamn straight up and down?
So the question is, who is better at selling the RKO, Mark Henry or Big Show?
Breezy? Big Show or Mark Henry?
Or you can do a C option, Vince McMahon selling the stunner. 2022 only.
I'm gonna go with Donald Trump selling the stunner.
Oh, okay.
Is the fucking trainer cheering him on too? There's a trainer on the outside that's like cheering him on too, is slapping inside the arena. Do the figure four. They can now do that because Ric Flair's part of the company.
How drunk do you guys think Ric Flair is at this moment?
Drunk enough to think he's at Backlash.
Backlash 2003. Don't throw the towel at him.
He's gonna wind up and the lights are gonna cut out.
No, don't throw the towel, dude. You hear Nigel McGuinness in the background. Do it. Nigel McGuinness, aka Desmond Wolf. Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it,
Oh,
roll it.
Buffer, not bad time for Buffer.
You know, the figure four counter never makes any sense to me.
It reverses the pressure.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to me. It still has pressure on the opponent who's getting stuck in the hold. How does it reverse the pressure?
Because it's on their tendons instead of your tendons.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. It's like trying to say, oh, look at this.
Listen, have you ever seen John Cena do the STFU on CM Punk?
Yes.
That doesn't make sense.
It's called Money in the Bank 2012.
When CM Punk had to hold his arm closer to his neck to make it look somewhat believable.
Yes. Cole, what do you have the belt? Oh no!
All right, just there you go.
Oh no! Okay.
I'm trying to hide reactions. Is
Mhm.
it like a little ahead of you guys?
Oh. My buffering is completely stopped, so I'm like immediately hooked on it.
It would at this point,
Okay. So
Cole
Matt,
should just be safe and go in there and get the DQ so he retains
what do
his
you think?
title.
What do you think of the storytelling on this Krieger?
I mean, I like the MJF and Adam Cole thing. I've
Yes.
enjoyed it for a long time,
How about
and I hope
Switchblade?
they stay best friends for a long time.
Best friends forever. Referee bump. Here we go. I called it. God damn it! I have to piss really bad right now. Oh, he's handing him a diamond ring.
Adam, stop helping.
Adam's subconsciously helping Jay White. Why does MJF still have the diamond ring? Like, why does he keep winning that shit? There's the scumbag.
There you go.
There you go. There you go. That's diverse storytelling right there.
The biggest face in the industry, MJF. Oh shit,
Ref,
my page just went
ref.
down.
What kind of pizza is it? No, thank you. It's only 2 slices left.
Damn it, my fucking stream went down. I gotta reopen it.
Well, I just caught the ending of it, so
The ending. It's
my stream was good.
good. Okay, good.
Yeah, he retained.
Good.
Where the fuck is the devil?
The devil.
Find out next time on Dragon Balls.
Dragon Ball fuck.
Or has the devil been ringside the whole time?
You never know. Wink, wink.
JK is Windbreaker.
Listen, he grabbed the brass ring.
He grabbed the brass ring. You mean the
He
diamond
did
ring?
what Cesaro was unable to do.
Oh, shut up. Cesaro was ROH World Champion, okay?
You mean he?
All the prestige of 24/7 champion at this point.
Listen, Nikki Cross threw that away, okay?
24/7 title's gone. It can't hurt us anymore.
Mm-mm.
Ron Killings has a different opinion on that. Him and little Jimmy are still hurting over it.
He's at home mourning the death of his childhood hero, John Cena.
And his hairline.
Not the hairline, it's the center of his head. Where my goddamn devil at? I was promised the devil.
Yo, I was like took one ear muff off of my headphones, and I thought I heard Brock Lesnar's theme start.
Oh, God.
Moment now. Adam Cole's about to turn around with that crutch and take out MJF's leg.
You think so?
No, he just helped him so much. Get out of here. It wouldn't make sense in the story at this point to have him betray like that.
But he didn't actually help him. He gave
He
the
did,
thing to
he
Jay
did.
White.
He did. He got him the ring. It took him a little bit, but if it wasn't for that, those other guys would have came out there and fucked him up, and he wouldn't have been able to defend himself without it. I had no idea who the other two were, but they looked like goons.
So, good thing JR isn't here because I think he'd probably shit himself having seen what happened with a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest. Well, it's counter everything I've ever been told, my God. Oh, he just name dropped Punk's title. I'm saying it so you can pay attention. So just no devil then.
They're gonna save it, let it build. Oh, did we lose Michael there?
It looks like it.
Let's see what's up. I know we're about to sign out from it, but
Yeah, I got to go pick up my fiance as well real quick. She just got off at work.
okay, yeah, we're literally just gonna sign out of the podcast, and I think we're gonna be calling it for the night. So,
All right. Well, hey, thanks for having me on, man.
yeah, for
Nice
sure.
chatting with you.
Anytime. Yep, we'll be doing. I know you like AEW more, but we'll be doing Survivor Series next weekend.
Oh, I like both, man. I watch both of them.
Oh, I got you. Okay, well, if you're available, we'll be on.
All right. See you, man.
All right. All right, everybody. Looks like Myke has lost connection, or something's going on. So we're gonna go ahead and end the podcast here. This was a special edition. Usually we have a 2-hour window that we run these things on, and officially, as the time of this recording, we're about 3.5 hours. So this will be the longest podcast. So this is Krieger Margin signing out, episode 9.